can't take this damn parade. Who cares? Joe, there's a 2-mile wait to get past the damn green line.
Anyone who gets hit by a bear in the neighborhood, call Joe Murray.
I happen to trust Joe Murray.
First time I ever met Joe Murray was at a hoop.
Welcome in 98.5 The Sport. Night. We're full and we're live. And the phone number here is 617-779-0985. We're on YouTube as well. Go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub. Boom. You will see me here, live, in studio, live from our Town Fair Tire Studios in Waltham, Massachusetts. Skaz is off tonight. He is visiting the Narragansetts. And tonight we have George Sepulveda with us tonight. The man, the mystery, the myth, the people's champ.
The myth, the legend. That's right. People's choice.
And Street Team Joe is here. He has come prepared as always and will be helping us out tonight as we're with you until 11 o'clock. Full shows the rest of the way. No Berlins, no Celtics, no games. You just get me. And happy Friday to everybody. Where do we start tonight? Well, the opening take is presented by our good friends over at Super Service Today. Day or night, always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I do have a Bally's pick of the night that I want to give you coming up shortly, so you don't want to miss that as well regarding the Red Sox. We'll start with the Sox in a minute here as Connolly Early is on the mound tonight. I somewhat lean the Rays plus 114. So you know what? There we go. Bally's pick of the night brought to you by Bally's Lincoln. My pick every night. Bally's is over 4,000 slots, 100 table games, concerts, dining, a full hotel and spa. Visit Bally'sLincoln.com. You can follow on Bally's Lincoln on Instagram. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 877-9-GAMBLE. Well, there's so much to get into today. We'll kind of do a week of, or a week that was here on the show. But the Mike Vrabel situation is still out there. There's odds for the next head coach of the Patriots or where Vrabel ends up as the next coach to be fired. We got Red Sox stuff, plenty of Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Stephen A., all that good stuff. And Wick Grosbeck's buying the Seahawks. Did you hear this? What's that all about?
Yeah, no, I seen you put it in Slack. That would be different.
Interesting. And we're going to talk to Bobby Manning, CLNS, later on in the show. We'll get a wrap up. And, well, anything after 9 o'clock here is Area 985. You never know what could be in the sky later on tonight, and we'll certainly get into that once again at 617-779-0985. Oh, yeah. Forget about the sniffer, everybody. The antenna's up. I don't even need the tinfoil hat. It's out there. They are out there. But I can't start there tonight. But they're out there. So if there's anything going weird with the old show tonight or our signal, don't blame George. They're out there. All right, the Mike Vrabel situation, morals versus football, right? I think people are choosing football in this one, and I think some people should. I know there's morals. I know there's people who feel the way they do about Mike Vrabel, the situation, what he was doing, who he was with, on about, whatever. It's salacious. We talk about it. You should see the numbers at our website and our digital team. They're just climbing, right? Constantly. It's the story. Everybody wants to know what's happening with Mike Vrabel. But I can't help but think about the distractions this can be for him actually being a coach this year. So does that make it about morals or football when I say that to you? I think it's going to be extremely hard for this man to try to save his marriage in the relationship with his family, but also be the best version of himself as a football coach. I think it's going to be extremely hard. Everyone's backing him. Drake May is backing him. Robert Kraft is backing him. I heard earlier today that, they're sticking with him. And you know what? They should. They should support him. I think they should. But what's best for the football team? What is actually best? But is this about football? A coach and a reporter. Was there tampering? Could information have been shared? I think that's something that we should discuss or at least be aware of or be worried about. And just think about this, right? I understand Vrabel's a human. We all make mistakes. We all try to be better versions of ourselves. But I just look at it. Where did Vrabel learn from? Who did he learn from? Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was the gamesmanship himself, scouting videos, other things, coached up players like Vrabel to become who they were. And I just want to keep that in the back of your mind. Things worked last year. They went to a Super Bowl after winning 4 games. I'm not saying there was any shenanigans on the football field. There wasn't. Their defense played well towards the end of the year, and their offense was really good all season long. But when it comes back to the morals versus football, maybe it was a relationship for Mike Vrabel. Maybe it was to gain an advantage. I mean, it's out there now. What were the intentions there? And was there an edge for Mike Vrabel in a relationship with a reporter? I don't put it past him. The people who want to make this about football are probably like, yeah, Mike, whatever you got to do to make the team better, right? I'm sure there's people making that joke. I mean, Roger Goodell said it was a personal matter, not a personal conduct matter. The videos will continue, everybody. The old Zoom meetings will come back out, the wild quotes.
When you have sex with your husband or wife.
Again.
Yes, all those. They'll keep coming out. But what if we do find out that there was conduct detrimental? I think as of right now, there's nothing more to it at this moment. At this moment, my stance is it's not about football. But if we find out that it is, what then? And at this point, I can only imagine what else can happen. I mean, there are odds out there if Mike Vrabel will be back as the head coach. I don't know what else to tell you guys, but I fear the worst. And I hope it is not a distraction. But I want to just throw this out there as we are here on a Friday night on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Would you rather Mike Vrabel be the coach facing the adversity he is off the field and with his family who won 17 games a year ago? Do you want that guy to be the head coach of your football team?
Winning matters, I would say. It's if they didn't have the 14-win season and the run that they had to go to the Super Bowl, it does make me question, how much we can stomach. But I do think that winning cures all. And I just can't wait to get to football season. I couldn't imagine if this was a controversy and a scandal in the middle of the season, Joe.
What else can happen? I can only imagine the worst is what I fear. We'll take a quick break. That's the voice of George, everybody. You know him. He's the People's Champ. Street Team Joe here as well. I'm Joe Murray, taking you up until 11 o'clock tonight. What are your thoughts on the Vrabel situation? And, I have your odds. And how does that impact Stephon Diggs? All that and more coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe. afternoons. Right now, Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
The reason Robert Kraft is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, despite winning 6 championships as an owner, is exactly why is what we're experiencing now with Mike Vrabel. It really is. It speaks to the volume of where this franchise is and what they value, which is not honesty, and that's why he hasn't been rewarded. He won 6 championships as an owner. He's been trying to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame for like over a decade, and they keep rejecting him. What would be the reason why? It can't be because of football, right? Mm-hmm. It's because of the dirty dealing, backstabbing, cheating, unfaithful stuff that's gone on. Of course he's going to back his coach. It is the Patriot way. That's why, Robert Kraft, I hope you never get in. But I'm not surprised. This is right up the alley. This is the Patriots' M.O.
I get so hot, and I'm around you, baby. I can't touch the sky. That's George with the beats back there, and that is Rob Parker.
Known Patriots hater.
He's a Patriots hater, but I wanted to digest that one. Robert Kraft isn't getting into the Hall of Fame because of who he is? Because of his track record? Because he is the head of an organization that has broken the rules or habitually line stepped? Is that it? I mean, between Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, is Tom Brady on that list? Who I guess, had to go to court because of footballs? And is now Mike Vrabel added to that list? The one thing I'll add is that all those people were very successful and were in the Super Bowl conversation every year. But is Robert Kraft really not in the Hall of Fame because of the organization that he's held and the morality of it? Or the ethics of it? It's a good question. I know he's a known Patriots hater, but that's probably him just the grind, the axe, right? The axe to grind, excuse me. He's just chiseling it up, getting it ready, I'm not sure if I buy it, but will this help Robert Kraft's candidacy for the Hall of Fame?
It is the Patriot way.
Patriot way. Give you a Patriot contract.
Yeah, I think he's being hyperbolic. He's just piling on, to be sure. That's what I think about Rob Parker, and it's inviting, I would say, the whole Vrabel situation, but to introduce Kraft into it, to be sure, I don't think anybody is making the leap to kind of calling for Vrabel's head here, and he just had to go ahead and type it. Oh, that's what they allow, orchids of Asia.
George, do you think it would be hypocritical if Robert Kraft didn't back Mike Vrabel?
Ooh, that's a good question. What happened in the massage parlor or not? I would say that he should want to back his head coach. That's the person who he's hired.
Even he has.
Yeah. So
he's backing his head coach.
Yeah, but the whole
I'm just asking
thing,
if it was the other way around. Would it be a team thing, or would it have to come down from the league? Or how about Vrabel himself? Like, of those 3 scenarios, what's more likely to happen? Because if the league finds out there's some sort of tampering, he's out, bro.
I would hate to get to that speculation. Probably the latter, though, I would say, to your point. Vrabel probably taking a leave of absence or kind of the step back. I kind of did day 3 for the draft. If it's kind of affecting the job in that way, then I could see maybe Vrabel taking the high road. But I don't see him being pushed out. And I'm wishfully thinking in that regard.
Exactly. I fear the worst right now. What else can come out? The videos and stuff don't. And there's people in our chat right now that are like, open marriages and this. It's not about that. Did Mike Vrabel have a relationship with somebody that fostered information to make roster moves or signings? I fear that. I fear that's going to come out. As dark and stormy nights, as hypocritical, who cares? Kraft had a chance to show growth, but now he's back in the coach. Just, again, wanted to ask I'm just that, guys, I don't know, and you don't know either. This is why I'm doing a show. I don't have the answers.
Is the right time to play devil's
I
advocate.
don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, everything is in an alleged sense, and we definitely don't want to speculate, to be sure. But it is, the magnifying glass is kind of there in the rear view, where you're kind of looking behind you, and you're hoping that nothing else can, no other revelations here. I think he's bought himself with the 6 year window, as long as the whole Love Boat stuff that's come out. I think that falls in the realm of the 6 years. So. Hopefully, no more
George,
of the TMZs.
Pillow talk is real, man. And in this case, they're trade secrets. And it could be there. And I fear the worst.
It's not passing the sniff test.
Well, it's smelly already. Now I'm just waiting for it to be suspect.
Is it the A.J. Brown kind of?
No, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's already been inked.
Yeah.
And she had something to do with a little bit of that. But have you seen any of these odds here of Mike Vrabel potentially hanging on? And Burt Breer, by the way, was on this morning. Was it with Hardy?
Teenage.
Yeah. And Burt Breer said this morning that the Patriots aren't moving on. It is definitely not in the Patriots' plan to part ways with Mike Vrabel at the moment. He also notes that the Crafts have made an effort to protect his employment and that the team's image since the news broke a month ago. I found that fairly interesting. There are odds out there because we all love betting odds. I'm trying to get them for you over at Kalshi. And I'll pull them right up in a second here. But the trading volume has surged concerning Mike Vrabel's future with the Patriots. I'm reading an article from our good friend Bill Spiros today. The prediction markets continue to see heavy trading on whether Mike Vrabel will be coaching the Patriots next year. Users have placed more than 448,000 in trades on Vrabel's fate to be the New England head coach week 1. More than 50,000 of that volume has come in the past 24 hours. It opened on April 23rd. Kalshi spokesperson said if he's out, that has a lot of implication for the health of the team. That's why we listed it. Coaches markets do extremely well on Kalshi because there's a lot of movement.
The degenerate gamblers just win again. You know what I mean? That's what I got to say on that. But to your point, though, and these odds kind of changing, kind of in the wrong side, the wrong direction. Gasper, who did come on the 5 o'clock hour on Felger and Maz, did say or put into the ether there, talking about a potential leave of absence with Vrabel. That's something that I didn't even think about before coming onto the show today. Because I don't see him being pushed out. Short of anything legal here, I just don't see him being forced out, whether it comes from the league or team internally, public perception. But
hey, George, I got one for you.
For his merit, yes.
I got one for you. In our pre-production meeting that we had,
talk to me.
You used the word bro code off the air. Just real quick, can I
bring the off the record on the record?
No. Let's use it as the 32 NFL teams. Do you think that the other 31 other NFL teams kind of want this to go to bed because they're afraid of what maybe could be happening in their building?
Potentially. I do hear the tacit threats from the Rossini side, like, oh, this could blow over the revelations that we have and her side. So I can't wait for that 60 minutes. Do
you see what I mean by no other team in the league? For real, has anyone looked into this? Has the Jets called? The Colts called? Has the Titans? Right?
To the point of tampering, right? You would think the fervor would be there, right? To find the Patriots caught up in another scandal. You would think that, we got to Gordon Doc's.
Right, because it's happened already.
Right.
Whether it's been Baltimore, whether it's been the Jets, whoever.
Right.
The Bengals saw guys videotape. Like, what are you doing? Is there a bro code right now going on with the NFL and the rest of the teams?
potentially.
Because they're afraid of what could be going on with, like, Mike Vrabel's making everyone look bad.
I take bro code from the regard of the fans perspective as well. Like, if this was another team and this was happening to another coach, I might put on the TMZ goggles here and take a deep dive and let's go and humiliate somebody. I'm not going to do this to my guy. I mean, he led the team to 14 wins. He's turned the Patriots around. We had such an improbable season. These are things that I can't fathom. Going back 8-9 months, if you would have told me this, Vrabel's going to get the team back up, but then he's going to be riddled in scandal, and I just wouldn't believe it. I'll tell you, you're living in La La Land. Both the Bruins and Celtics are not playing this time of year after one round of the playoffs. I would tell you, we're living in a banana land.
Well, as the great Mike Florio would say, be careful. Be careful.
My goodness, right? I can't think of another time. It's particularly this time of year where I'm so down on most of the teams, and for the Patriots, really, we should be looking up at them as like the bright spot. And here we are questioning whether the coach is going to be coaching the team, and the odds whether we'll have a new coach. So it's just a weird time. The dog days of summer are starting here as April showers bring May flowers. I tell you.
Oh, George, you're such a poet.
I am a scholar, man.
You are a poet
I'm a nerd.
and a scholar. Let's hear from you, the people. Start with Stan in Medfield. Hey, Stan.
Hey, how's it going, Joe? Before I make my point, I just want to say thank you. I ran into you at a sports card show recently, and you are so great with the kids and talking to them and stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Where did I meet you?
Doing sports card shows.
Where did I meet you?
I don't think we talked, but you were at the Northeast sports card show in what?
The one in Woburn or the one in Quincy?
Woburn.
Yeah, I'll be in Woburn next week.
But
Come on
I
by
just
and
want to
say
thank
hello.
you for that.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'll be there next Saturday.
When I think about the Vrabel thing, I look at him as a player first. And you guys have an ex-player who is working with 98. I would love to know what Zolak would say on how many players possibly were having affairs or cheating. I think this is part of Vrabel's MO. Like, he was with Ohio State. He was a sought-after, huge college athlete. I'm not surprised this is happening. But now, I think it's going to be a huge distraction going into this year. I'm like, Josh McDaniels didn't get enough credit for what he did, I think, with the offense. But I'm like, I don't know, is Josh McDaniels going to be the next head coach, possibly, of the Patriots? I think Vrabel should probably step down. He should probably step away from him. It's going to be too much of a distraction.
I agree, man. I think it's going to be real. Listen, he's a human being, right? You could have like, I don't know. You ever try to get like your cable or something changed and you can't get a hold of anybody and it ruins your whole entire day? Like, this guy's living that life.
Yeah. I would love to have Zolak. I don't think Zolak would ever be honest, but I'm like, we know what happens in sports with athletes and things like that. It just so happens that now it's blown up so much. But like, he's probably had women throw themselves at him his entire life.
All right. Well, Stanley, I appreciate you and thank you. I'll be at the card show next week, man. Appreciate you.
Joe was talking about food last night. I called in to talk to Skaz.
I was even calling to talk about food. I wanted to call Skaz and ask him how was Tatum's game 7. I was a box score. It was a triple-double, Skaz.
How's your head coach doing, Zoe?
Go, Skaz.
Yeah. Well, if you wanted to know what Zoe thought.
Appropriately cut off right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's a belly laugh and a half. Oh, did you cut that today, Jake? Oh, that was epic, bro.
Got to give Garvin a shot for that one. It was a good one.
Garvin got it.
Short.
That was a belly laugh and a half. Oh, that one was a. I mean, hey, you want to know? He wants to know what Zoe thought. I mean, ask him about the head coach.
I stand with Zoe.
We all do. Chris is in the car. Chris,
what's up? So I agree with what you said about being a distraction, but I've kind of thought about this from a different perspective. I don't buy into the whole, like, he can't lead guys because they don't trust him for morality and all that stuff. Like, I don't think a lot of those guys really care. But I am curious if a lot of guys are going to feel uncomfortable sharing information with Vrabel, like, because, is he going to leak this to his mistress? Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm interested in. If players are going to look at him differently, and can I trust him by saying I'm unhappy with my contract or my knees bothering me or something like that?
Hey, Chris, did you ever see The Sopranos?
I did.
Did you
it's
watch?
Been a while, but yeah.
Did you watch? Do you watch the whole series?
Yeah.
How did Tony find out where Phil Leotardo was?
He had to sit down, and he basically had to sit down with
An
the
FBI agent
right, in New York.
An FBI agent got with another FBI agent and had pillow talk, and found out where he was, and then he called Tony. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, yeah, but not. It's been a while, but right. I like where this is going. I think this is going in the right direction.
Thank you, Chris. You saw The Sopranos, Joe? Street Team Joe? Put his mic on. Okay, remember, like, they meet at the airport. No. Remember, he went into Satriel's, the FBI guy. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And he was like, hey, any info you got, man? Like, I'm really... And then he's getting in an argument with his wife, remember? And he's like, I'm busy and I'm working. But he's like meeting Tony, and Tony knows he's having some problems at home, you know? And then he's trying to find Phil. Nobody can find Phil Leotardo. Where is he? And then the FBI guy calls him. He's in a bedroom in a hotel. And he goes, hey, Phil, last seen at a gas station, blah, blah, blah. Who walks out of the bathroom? One of the FBI colleagues, right? Pillow talk. I'm telling you. You mean to tell me there wasn't a conflict of interest there? I mean, I'm just trying to make it to how we can all understand here. And they found Phil, right? What happened?
Joe, I know we briefly talked about this last night, but what's your worry scale of Mike Vrabel not being the head coach?
I'm a 6.7. 6.7.
I mean, so you're pretty high. I mean, that's a pretty high score.
Because
so you think it's a legit chance?
The salacious stuff does nothing for me. Like him being on a boat with a pregnant woman, does it give me the weird kink of like, yeah, but it doesn't mean I don't think he should be the coach of the team. What bothers me is, was she like, hey, Morgan Moses is going to be a free agent and he's going to sign. You guys should sign him. Hey, what do you think the contract is? Well, I heard it was, 2 years, 3 years. Oh, really? Okay. They call, who sets up the meeting? How's it get done?
Milton Williams, too, was
remember he was with Carolina, and then all of a sudden, I mean,
Julio Jones, did you see that one yesterday?
Bro code.
Yeah.
The whole entire league right now is like bro code. Right? He's going to be the fall guy. we're not going to call and try to get him suspended. But we need to end this. I bet you they're all the owners like, we got to end this one. Jerry Jones is like, yeah, man, we got to hit that glory hole. All right, we got to go to headlines. I'm Joe Murray, 98 Pound the Sports Home.
And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
Sports Hub headlines.
All right.
knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
The ground, and this should do it because Williamson's been so good, and the Rays make it 7 in a row and 13 of 14. Caminero goes yard. Tampa Bay doubles up Boston.
Back here on the Sports Hub. It's a Friday night, everybody. Let's hang out. Let's all just take off our shoes, unbuckle our pants. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Although I ate a fantastic meal this afternoon at the Capitol Grill in Dedham, celebrating Mom's 70th birthday. Shout out, Mom. I ate it all. I'll share it later. But, ooh, I'm here after one of the greatest meals in the history of life. I love the Capitol Grill. Anyways, that was Red Sox stuff right there. Some guy last night told me, Joe, stop trying to hype them up. They're just going to let you down.
At Ness and Joe over here, hyping up the Red Sox.
Well, I wasn't at Nesson today, to be fair.
Yes. Happy 70th.
Yeah, we'll do that later. We got a little musings. We'll have some fun with that. Kona steak. Never mind. So back to the Red Sox here. So I know Street Team Joe was never a Red Sox fan. I know you got something, George, in a minute. I'll let you get it out. But Street Team Joe's never been a Red Sox fan. He's a Celtics fan. And he wanted to give it a chance this year because he's here at night and he wanted, to open up his sports knowledge, right?
Oh, I feel so badly.
Yeah, I felt like it was time. It was time for me to develop another sport because I knew, regardless of how far the Bruins and Celtics were going to go, there's going to be a large gap.
Yeah. Well, they're 16-22.
Not only that, Joe, it's the most boring product I have seen in a long time in any sport.
Do you think they've been better of late?
I think record-wise, yeah. I still have attempted to watch the games. I'm still bored out of my mind. Entertainment, just as bad.
Peyton Tolley hasn't entertained you?
He's been like a couple lone bright spots. That lineup, Joe, is unbearable. It's
bad.
Unbearable.
But they've been hitting better.
No, they have, but I like, you go to Fenway to pay for the home runs.
Who do you like?
I think Willier is a guy.
Willier Brea, because he hits the long ball.
Yeah. I think you could upgrade from Cedon. I think you could upgrade from Duran or Yoshida, whoever's playing in left. I think ideally Roman's your DH. I mean, you could upgrade at so many positions. Third base, not a quality Red Sox.
Caleb Durbin, though, good glove.
Good glove. Is short is Trevor Story like who is on this team that's like, okay, yeah, that guy deserves to be in our lineup.
How about Wilson Contreras?
Okay, yes, I'd agree, yes, but we got two out of the 9. Two out of the 9. Yeah.
Well, I think they've been better.
More entertaining, though?
I don't know about that. I don't know. But there was an old saying, Joe. There was an old saying, chicks dig the long ball. Looks like you dig the long ball.
I love the long ball. I mean, why am I going to Fenway for if I'm not going to see Poppy hit, a home run in right field?
Well, may I give you some stats, sir?
Yeah, yes, you can.
Okay, the Red Sox, through the first 17 home games of a season, have scored their fewest runs since 1932 when they scored 49. 17 home games this year, they've scored 53 runs.
That's not good.
One of the worst over the last 100 years. So it's been 94 years since the Red Sox offense was this bad.
And so I picked like the best season. I think this year is the. Well, I was told we were gonna
I should also let you know that the Red Sox in 1932 that only had 49 runs, they finished the season 43-111. That's bad, very bad.
At what point, Joe, do you think we have to start worrying about Roman Anthony, or have you already started?
Well, last night my opening take was the Red Sox are better without him right now. Sounds crazy, right? But they have been. Like Jaron Duran playing every night and, being able to use Yoshida.
Yoshida seems to be a consistent bat.
Their roster's constructed where they have too many guys and one guy has to sit. So at this point, with Roman out of the way, they've got a little spark. Now, are they going anywhere without Roman? No. By the way, Roman said it was a finger, not a wrist.
Okay, so
I almost sometimes wonder, would you rather it be your wrist or your finger?
Would you rather beat or break your wrist?
Yeah, like what would you rather, your finger or your wrist?
I have a broken wrist.
I have every finger of mine is broken.
Really? From football?
Sports. Even playing basketball, I broke fingers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The wrist lingers, though.
Broke my thumb playing catcher once.
George, did you break your wrist?
Yeah, playing wiffle ball like as a teenager, like a slippery backyard at my boy Mike Howard. Shout out to Mike.
George
I
sprained his wrist playing wiffle ball.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was a break. It was a severe sprain, and that thing lingered forever, man.
So the wrist is worse.
Yeah, I would say.
So it's better that it's a finger than a wrist.
Yes.
Were you
I'd much
pitching?
rather jam. No, I was on the base paths when it happened. Yeah, I kind of like juked myself and then just one of those head over heels slips like on a banana peel, like a cartoon, and landed on that wrist. And I was bagging groceries for Victory at the time. Those are the Hannafords now.
Hey, did you ever bag groceries in your life, Joe?
For about a week.
I did too. Me too.
I quit about a
Me
week.
too.
I was like, this.
My
ain't for
first
me.
job ever was at a Star Market.
At a Star
I
Market.
bagged for a little bit, and then I kind of missed the schedule. Mm-hmm. You know how they post the schedule?
Yeah.
Kind of missed that part.
I worked at Lowe's for like 2-3 days.
Oh, what'd you do?
I was
Pick up
I was at
plants?
the registers. And,
You worked the register?
Walking plants to like old women's cars and stuff like that.
And you didn't like
and
it?
I was just like, I'm out. I was like, and you couldn't accept tips there either.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing.
I won't do it tonight, but one night I will ask what was the worst job you ever worked, and we won't do it tonight though, because I'm sure that working in this business, George. How long you been here, George? Because I know you interned here.
Oh my goodness, yeah, it's been about a decade at least.
Wow.
Yeah, my man.
And have you worked the same? You've worked odd jobs, or has this been the same?
I've juggled plenty of jobs. Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to do this business.
Yes,
but you can't really
have to kind of support yourself.
Exactly.
Yes.
How do you?
How do you kind of do that? Yeah. So you have to work multiple jobs. You have to have a sugar mom at home. Things like that to kind of help you to reach your dreams.
Well, of course. Hey, Greg Weissert, guys, what do you think of him?
I do not like him with runners on base, man. It seems like every single time he comes.
Good job. I'm glad you asked that. I have numbers on that. When there are runners on base this year, 6.55 ERA, opponent batting average of 405.
And I tell you,
that's bad.
Tough luck loser, because it was an inherited runner for Bennett in that situation, and since Weissert came in and puked on himself, there goes the game, and there goes the decision for Bennett.
So the Weissert, when he enters a game in a clean inning, this year, 1.59 ERA.
Get the guy a clean inning, please.
Why?
For the love of God.
Why is the manager putting him in the game when there's runners on base?
Well, if we didn't have an interim, I'd probably be a little bit, much more to say about that, but we just have a turnstile manager here.
No, I like Trace.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think he has no chance to be the full-time manager.
You know what, though? This is what I'm trying to tell people.
No.
If the Red Sox aren't good by the end of the year, ownership is going to fire Craig Breslow and Chad Tracy.
Deserve it.
Then, now we got to find the next guy because we can't do this anymore, right? When they hired Breslow, they had a manager. Nobody wanted to be the GM with a guy that with Alex Cora had all that power. Don't you think it's a good? Moving on from Cora was the first step of reclaiming the franchise. They're trying to with what they have, guys. They're only like 2 games back of a playoff spot.
That's an indictment.
That's not Ness and Joe talking.
It's an indictment of how bad the league is.
That's not Ness and Joe talking.
No,
that's real.
It is facts. It is facts. But I'm not going down that road because they're just as close to last place as well. And
that's right. They're as close as the number one pick to the making the playoffs.
We don't need that kind of toxic positivity over here. That kind of mirage where the math is mathing and they're kind of technically in contention. I don't need.
But get ready for it. And it's not coming from me.
And Roman Anthony's going to come off the IL. He's going to add that bat in the lineup. Oh, I'm not here for any of that.
George, you said you had a take. What do you got?
What I would have to say, and I get on these airways kind of weekends apart, but...
I know. I hear you on with Cerrone and Leroy.
Yes, Leroy and Cerrone, 2 to 5 Saturdays here with no conflicts with the Celtics not advancing. Fireable offense, Joe Mazzulla. We'll get to those kind of things later. On the Red Sox, they fired Alex Cora, I am in the minority. I would say in terms of disagreeing with it vehemently. I would say that he's definitely not the problem. I would say that the people trying to middleman it and kind of sit on the fence on this and defend the upper management in this case is trying to kind of couch and massage the number 2 in this case and just say that, it's something, he wasn't part of the solution. And to me, that's a bunch of BS. I would say the Red Sox traded Devers on Father's Day after a 6-game winning streak and playing the best baseball they had all year. And
I do think that there is a real chance that at the end of the season we're looking back and we've won more games than we otherwise would have.
I would say that Cora.
I hope so.
I would say Cora had a big part in the Red Sox overachieving last year, as he does in every year. All the way to the trade deadline was kind of like the concern where it's like, they kind of fall off the cliff after they don't add to the team, and why can't he sustain it? It's just like he's running marathons with these D+ players, let's 4A players. He has the team in position to be in contention year after year, and then this year the roster got worse, and people had the expectations of them just to still remain in contention. And granted, the league is just down. It's tragic to look at the standings. That's kind of a mirage. The league will end up separating itself from each other. The Red Sox are just kind of going to be middling.
Just give me a summer.
Right.
Just give me a summer.
And the Patriots...
don't take it away from me.
The Patriots were able to do that with us in the wintertime and get us into baseball season. And sadly, we're not even Memorial Day, and I'm ready to turn the page on the Red Sox, unfortunately.
Well, we have heard from our audience. People would rather have broken fingers over a wrist all day. I have broken many fingers. All of them, actually. Every single one in my hands, both hands. I have broken them all. Some of them haven't grown back right, but that's just the way it goes. The wrist, though, no. I've always kind of, because I learned in basketball, Joe, and I take charges, because, they took the charges. I was the guy that they called on to take a charge. You learn how to do it when you keep your wrists up, because if you put your wrist down, you can break your wrist.
That's a Charles Barkley thing.
I learned
that
listen,
on
exactly
that show.
I learned that when you take a charge, when you fall,
don't stick that arm out.
With your wrists up. That's 101 right there. I'm going to still teach kids that one day. When you fall, keep your wrists up. So we got that one. And then Beantown Bad Boy goes, dude, I hate to pee in your Cheerios. But The Sopranos was a TV show. And I'm just trying to... Sometimes I have to use the things that we watch as like relatable content to real life. So just because The Sopranos was a TV show doesn't mean that the dirty FBI agent slept with the other woman to get information. It totally is apples to apples here. How would they have found Phil Leotardo? They would have never found him. They would have been on the run, staying at his grandmother's house, whatever. And they found him. Ooh, Phil had a bad ending. Remember how he is no longer with us?
Yeah.
In the car with the kids at a gas pump. Watch your back at a gas pump, dude.
Hey, I finally watched Goodfellas.
What?
Goodfellas. Remember?
How come you didn't tell us this?
Well, because I watched 3 movies that you guys recommended. It was Goodfellas, Wedding Singer, and Castaway. And
you loved Castaway?
I loved 2 of those 3 and hated 1.
Would you hate Wedding Singer?
Yeah.
How the hell did you hate the Wedding Singer?
So I don't know I don't know if those like...
Hey, pause. Goodfellas, Wedding Singer, Castaway. I would like to know people's thoughts in order. What was your favorite? 617-779-0985. It's a Friday night, George. Let's have some fun, baby. I know the opening quote of Goodfellas was, I knew when I grew up I always wanted to be a gangster. What would be my order? I'll tell you next after this break here, but the hour of the Sports Hub brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle. You'll save 15% off your next drive.
FM at HD Boston. 98.5 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, Red Sox just got on the board against the Rays over at Fenway Park. They lost last night. It's Friday at Fenway, and the Red Sox lead 1-0 on a Wilyer Abreu home run. You want the long ball? You get the long ball, Street Team Joe. Wilyer Abreu goes deep. Sox lead 1-0 at the moment. What else is going on in the world? Well, the New York Knicks, they're in action right now against the 76ers. Lead 45-40. They're going to go up 3-0. The greatest shot blocker of all time, Victor Wembanyama? Well, that series is even at 1. They're on the road tonight against the Timberwolves, and a couple of NHL playoff games tonight. Features Montreal up 2-0 on Buffalo, and the Knights and Ducks later on at 9:30. Headlines, they are brought to you by Super Service Today. Upgrade your home with an electric heat pump system from Super Service Today. Day or night, and always done right. Visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Trade Drake May.
We all know what, but we won't say what. Yeah, worst take on these airwaves in the last 24 hours.
We may not take a call today.
The Sports. Felger and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hall.
All right, hour 2 of the night show. Ooh, you feel that beat? Reminds me of a nice summer night. Going to get some ice cream. Maybe you go by the beach, you know?
Mixtape 50 era, 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know George loves the Spotify playlists. He's got a couple of them. I'm not going to throw you under the bus.
None of them custom made, trust me.
Well,
by myself, and none of them custom made for me.
I used to make the mix CD in high school. And even if they were like a dude friend, I'd be like, yo, I made this. I want you to hear it.
I miss those days, Joe.
Yeah.
We had to have the money, before the whole LimeWire Napster thing. We had to have the CDs and to be able to put those things together.
I had Kazaa.
Kazaa.
K-A-Z-A-A.
Yeah.
And you can get videos on there, too.
Yeah. Now, I remember when you can finally preview the things and kind of make sure that you had the DJ edits out of there and stuff like that. So.
You know what's funny? Remember how you had to pick how fast you want to stream it? Like some things were MP3, but some were like... some took a really long time to download, right?
Yes. I remember downloading multiple things at the same time and kind of.
Some kids don't get it, man.
No. But like I said, yeah, we had the access. We had to go through those tracks and listen to those, purchase those CDs, and to have the access now, everything's at the fingertips, and we're dumber than ever.
It's funny, but if Street Team, let's say you were who'd ride shotgun, Street Team Joe or you, George?
Oh, I'm always driving.
All right, so you're driving. All right, I'm riding shotgun, and Joe's in the back seat. Joe, if I passed you a CD book, have you ever gotten through a CD book on what CD to listen to?
Yeah, I've done that before.
That's an American pastime.
Yeah, my dad used to make CDs for my sister and I's birthday of our 12 favorite songs of the year, and he'd burn out the CDs, and that would be the party gift.
Not bad.
Yeah, so it'd be
that's very thoughtful by Mr. Ariano.
Instead of giving candy home, we'd make you a mixtape.
Well, dude, think about the thought that goes into that.
Oh, it took a while.
You could give money, you can give gift cards, you can get a present, but the thought of
CD.
Here's a CD that I thought of for you.
My sister's was so well renowned that people were looking
they wanted it as a playlist.
Get the invite because now we have the summer CD.
Well, maybe this year, Joe. Maybe for a secret Santa.
Yeah, I'll make a summer mix.
Oh, yeah. Well, we are going to do songs of the summer. We've decided that the songs haven't been out yet. So the song that you like by Bruno Mars?
Yeah, it's not. I get it.
It needs to be a banger over the summer.
Yeah,
it needs to stay solid.
I know Drake, Ariana Grande, and Tate McRae are all coming out with some new stuff.
Sabrina coming out with something?
might be coming out with... So there's going to be... I think we're going to have a lot of choices to pick from. But I think that song does have to start to come out relatively soon, right? To be the song
I will tell
of the
you,
summer.
I haven't heard it. since we played it on the air. Like, I haven't heard it at
Bruno
all.
Mars?
Yeah.
And you're a radio guy, so that's not good news for me.
Yeah, it's not. But again, all I do is sleep, go to Nesson, come here, go home, sleep, look at baseball cards, sleep, eat, and then, come back here. So in fairness, I haven't really put on any, like, would I hear it on a radio station?
Yeah, because you're listening to 98.5 if you're in the car.
Well, sometimes I like to scroll around.
Yeah.
I like to hear what other people are talking about sometimes.
Yeah, but you do like Bruno Mars.
You know what I liked? When he said, I should have bought you flowers.
Oh, yeah.
I should have bought you flowers. And then he lifted the piano. I don't know if you remember that video.
Uptown Funk also.
Uptown was fine. He reminds me of Lenny Kravitz.
Should I know?
You don't know who Lenny Kravitz is?
No, I know the name, but I don't know.
He did like, Are You Gonna Go My Way? Lenny Kravitz also reminds me of Jimi Hendrix. So again, everyone just reminds me of everybody. Nobody's authentic anymore. We got Josh on the line on mixed CDs. Josh.
Hey, Big Joe. Huge fan. Called in before. Huge fan of your music repertoire, by the way. I mean, every time you guys are talking music, I love it. But yeah, I remember like even Bear Share, Kazaa, like all that cool stuff. Half the time you would get like viruses like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It was like the fake Bill Clinton thing. But I really
wait. Are you talking about E-Bombs World, right?
Yeah, E-Bombs World and like Napster, before Metallica actually ruined things for everybody.
Well, no, but listen, Metallica was, just so you know, Metallica was right.
No, they were totally right. I agree.
Just everybody hated them.
They made their bones like, they deserve to make their music.
And then Dave Matthews came out with the song I Did It as I also download
and
music.
You know what? That's so fun. Big Joe, I mean, I can't extend to you how much I connect with you every night. It's like you made fun of me one time for having, I referred to Bruins players with their nicknames, but that's one thing I have to call you out on because you still use nicknames too, and it's not necessarily hockey, but I mean, either way, it's not a big deal. But I really wanted to tell you, like, your music connection is like spot on. Like I am right there. And you have a great voice, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, when you're doing Alice in Chains and stuff like that, I'm like, hell yeah, he gets it, man.
Thank you.
So I just want to give you your props.
Just so you know, before I got into radio, I tried to attempt to play music.
Yeah, I know. You were talking about the Hyde Park thing. Like I'm from the northern part of Massachusetts, like closer to the New Hampshire border.
Yeah, you're near like Tessie's roast beef.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I know where you are.
You know what's up.
Yeah, I know where you are.
Yeah, not to talk your ear off or anything or take up too much space.
It's Friday night, man. Have fun.
Yeah. Have a good time, man.
Right.
And
well, hey,
Big Ten.
So what would be your nickname, Joshy?
No, God, no. The only person that calls me Joshy is my younger sister. She's the only one that gets away with that. And I guess you now.
So what were the nicknames that you were using?
Man, my last name is McNamara. So I mean, I played sports. I played sports growing up. So I was Mac and Cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Jay. My email address is jmacca.
Okay.
So it's just. Joe, you might appreciate this. I think you might be the only one. You remember MySpace, right?
Duh.
So one of my most embarrassing screen names was J Macadocious.
So you love a good nickname.
Yeah, I do love a good nickname.
Well, maybe that should be the name of your next Burns CD.
I guess so. Oh, dude, I just came across like a bunch of burned CDs. That's why I wanted to call you. Like, my dad passed in 2009, and I made him a whole, I used to like burn CDs once a week at his house and stuff like that. And, people make fun of people that like Creed. I didn't look at it as a religious aspect. It was just, I
love
appreciated Tremonti's guitar work and
incredible.
Stuff like that. Audio, was it Audio Slave? No, what was
No,
his,
they were, they did,
Alter Bridge. Alter Bridge.
No, was that it?
Yeah, it was Alter Bridge.
Alter Bridge, yeah.
Yeah, because I think that was with Cornell, too. Either way, I've taken up too much of your time, sir.
No, but you know what? Alter Bridge was Creed without
without
Scott
Stapp.
Stapp, and their backup singer was the and then
Yeah, and I will say too, Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell are probably the best songwriting duo, like almost of all time.
well, I will give most of the credit to Jerry Cantrell.
I actually
songs.
got to see. Yeah, I got to see him at the Songus in Lowell.
Yeah, I was there too. I met him at the Newberry Comics the night before.
Oh, that didn't even exist. Do you remember Rocket Records?
I do remember that.
And Strawberries? You remember Strawberries?
I remember Strawberries. I remember Coconuts. I remember all of the Daddy's Junkie Music and what stuff I bought.
Daddy's
from that
Junkie
place.
Music is where I got my first half stack when I started playing guitar. I swear to God, it was a Marshall half stack.
Oh, I thought you meant
And I bought my second guitar that it was the first one I ever purchased by myself. It was an Ibanez, and I named it Isabella. And then, sure enough, my sister ended up having a daughter like 6 months later, and she named it Isabella. Named her Isabella. So yeah, just a lot of history and stuff like that. But Big Joe, you've been the man for a long time. I'm really glad you're back on air, and just everything I want to call in every 2 seconds because like everything you say, I'm like, hey, I have an opinion on that, and I agree with them. So I appreciate you letting me rant and rave and stuff like that.
You should take notes throughout the show, and then at the end of the night when we have more time, we should call it Riffin' with Josh.
Oh, you know what? I would love that. It's almost like what Freddie T does. Shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, Josh.
We could do it. All right, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. I feel like he kept saying Big Joe, and I kept thinking he was talking about Street Team Joe. Did you know that Street Team Joe, they call him Big Joe?
I did not know that.
Me either. Found out the other night. People were calling him Big Joe on the show the other night.
Look at that. And you're Joey as well.
Yeah,
and
but I don't. We have
larger in stature.
We have Big Jim. So not many people call me Big Joe.
Right.
I am Big Joe. But he is nicknamed Big Joe.
I get it, though.
I was Joey Murr for a long time. Still am sometimes. When I get mad, I'm Joey Murda. That'd be my rap name. You know?
Things that we used to get away with in the 90s and stuff, I'm not sure fly too much in this.
They won't fly. We got some Celtic stuff coming up. But Justin and Lynn, Justin!
Hey, Joe, it's Justin. I just have a quick question for you guys. When do they get rid of Greg White? Because I have a feeling every time he comes in, we had the game last night, and he came into the game and gave us the lead, Joe. Do you see him getting released at any point? Because I do.
Well, how much time would you give it?
I mean, I would call somebody up from Worcester to replace him.
All right, bro. When are you on NBC?
So I'm gonna be on May 28th. I'm gonna be on the YouTube channel with Caleb Burton.
Oh yes,
That's awesome. Sal called me this morning, Joe. So keep your eye out for that.
All right, buddy. Good luck, my man.
You're welcome. Thank you, Joe.
Yep, bye-bye. I still don't want to let that movie thing off the hook. I know we were going to do, George, we'll get to the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum stuff, but now I'm focused on other things. So you can call in on sports, but it's just that my brain has been taken over by aliens? I don't know. My brain's been taken over because Eddie wants to talk about sub shops. Hi, Eddie.
How you doing, Joe?
Hi.
You're from the North Shore, right?
I'm from Boston. I live on the North Shore.
All right. Have you been up to Virgilio's up in Gloucester?
Oh yeah, man. I got a Thanksgiving sub from Jeff's Variety. Shout out Kevin over there. That might have been one of the best subs I've ever had in my life.
Right. Yeah, that's a really, really, really good place.
Oh yeah, Virgilio's is legit. Dude, Gloucester's the spot. I go to Tacos Lapita is one of my really good ones. I used to work for North Shore Radio, so the Azorian was everywhere.
Oh, Azorian, yeah, we're heading there Sunday.
Oh yeah, well, there you go. Happy Mother's Day. And Causeway, in my opinion, has the best clam chowder.
We went there last Saturday.
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I stay.
Yeah, they get a great combo plate.
I like to stay at Long Beach, and I like to keep it quiet. So here I am telling my secrets. But there's a little Dairy Maid at the end of the road right there. Oh, baby. They have a half-price lobster roll on Mondays.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
No, we get it from the causeway and take it right out to Canomo Point.
Yep, right down there.
It's a big peninsula. It's beautiful.
The area is great. If I was a townie on the North Shore, I would have lived in Gloucester.
I hear you.
But at least I wasn't a fisherman.
It's true. It's true.
All right,
Joe,
Eddie.
thanks a lot, man.
Enjoy
You
your
guys are
night.
great.
Thanks, buddy.
Take care.
Appreciate you. Joe, you ever been to Gloucester? George, you been to Gloucester?
Yeah, the slice of North Shore heaven over there. Yeah, I've been to the beaches down there.
Beautiful beaches. Joe, I know you've lived other way.
So I like to body surf at Gloucester. They got good waves down
You're
there.
a body surfer.
I'm a body surfer, Joe. Because
Do you wear a suit?
I wear a lower bathing suit. Yeah.
No, but you wear like one of those wetsuits.
No. I'm just getting Paul and I.
Hey Joe, I'll go
surf.
body surf with you.
You will. You and I are good at it.
Well, listen, the ocean loves me.
Yeah.
I just float.
Yeah.
Sometimes it wants to bring me down, but when there's good waves, it keeps me up.
I bet you're a good swimmer too.
I think I can hold my own in the swimming.
Yeah.
But I'm more of when it's hot, I just want to be in the water.
Yes.
I'll come out, air dry for like 5-10 minutes, back in. I also like to throw a football.
Oh yeah, Joe. This is what we do. We get you, me, George, Skaz. My dad,
your dad, Sharpie,
because my dad will be Sharpie. We'll get all the boys.
Actually,
that would be a fun time. Though.
The beach would be scary time.
Yeah.
But did you know, George, that he has a little bit of a tiki situation going on at the Ariano household?
Yeah, we got a tiki hut, George. We got a little tiki hut, a little bar outside with a TV and a fridge and some bar stools right poolside.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. A trip to the cabana.
What would be your guys' beach drink of choice?
Oh.
So I'm not talking about a resort. I'm saying the boys are going to the beach.
So back in the day, dude, I could smash Arizona iced teas like you couldn't believe. Like the Twisted Teas.
The Twisted Teas.
Bro, I could drink a 20-pack in a Saturday.
What percent alcohol?
I don't know, but it's
that's pretty much like 20 Bud Lights.
But
right?
I like to go light, like I like a proud partner of our radio station, Surfside. It's not a seltzer; it's a Surfside.
I'm a pina colada guy. I would say,
George,
it's something with rum, spiked. I'm Puerto Rican. I could take it. I haven't hung like that in a while, so I would be interested to see how much I could hang.
Coladas.
But yes,
George, I'd have a pina colada with you.
Malibu and a pineapple.
All I need is a drink with a little umbrella in it, and I'm happy. Cody's in Wilmington. Cody,
refreshing.
Joseph,
hey,
how we doing, buddy?
I'm hanging. It's Friday night, baby.
That's what I'm talking about. First time caller. I've always been a big Joe fan.
Thank you.
I've always had your back. Anytime you're on Felger and Maz, even when you took over for Ken Griffey, John.
I haven't been on with them in a while.
But either way, I'm a big Joe fan. I wanted to ask you about, have you been to Nick's in Burlington? I might be late on it.
Yeah, Nick's, and then his kid is Matt, who has Matt's as well.
Is that where they went to? They have one in Woburn?
Yep. So that's his kid, and then Nick's the father.
But goddamn, how they fucking...
W up. That's a cue to go to break. Well, it only took an hour and 23 minutes, George.
And the stream wins again.
Should I take the next call, or should I go to break?
No, I would give a thumbs up to this one. I know we are on the other side. We're going to continue this, but
you can't swear.
Yeah, let's keep it clean.
Pete and Milton. Pete.
Joe. Killer night of radio. I really appreciate it.
Thank
you. In the last couple weeks, you guys have touched on passing gas in a bathroom. Okay,
at a urinal.
And I want at a urinal. Oh my goodness! So I have a buddy Tyler who once passed gas at a urinal at Lincoln in South Boston, and a gentleman next to him took major offense to it. And our buddy Tyler's a tough kid. And this kid took major offense to it. Our buddy Tyler ended up having to beat the bag out of him because he tried fighting him over a fart in a bathroom. I wanted your take on that. I think that's one of the funniest things ever, one of the best stories. And to want to fight someone over a little toot in the bathroom.
I don't think there should be violence over flatulence.
Right.
Now, what would piss me off is if I valeted my car and you farted in it and then I got in it and it smelled like that, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's totally legitimate. Well, yeah, because then it will sit in the seat. The gas will just sit in the seat.
Pete, do you know where this came from? All right, so the night before I was going to Vegas, I went to Vegas for WrestleMania, and I was in the bathroom, and somebody next to me was just ripping them. And I was like, what? I didn't say anything. I didn't even acknowledge it. I just thought it was what you do. You go to a urinal and you rip, right?
100%.
So I left. Whatever. I'm going to the airport, and I wanted to use the bathroom before the airport. So I get to I'm literally about to get on the plane. I go into the restroom, and people are just ripping them at the urinal, and I'm laughing like to myself out loud. And I'm like, this really is a thing. So I'm at the casino, right? It's like 2 a.m, Vegas time. And I'm in a bathroom and some dude's ripping them. And I'm just like, I'm laughing. I'm like, is it just as you're urinating, does your butt cheeks just become loose?
Well, I think some of it is preservation. I feel like you preserve it, especially if you're working. Let's say you're in the office, you preserve it for the bathroom. But so I'm still. But I want to double check before we part ways. Are you in or out on letting loose in a bathroom?
I feel as though I'm in, but I feel as though I would hate for someone to judge me for my farts.
See, that surprises me a little. If you can't toot in the bathroom, where can you toot? So what about when you wake up in the morning and hit the head?
First thing in the morning, bro. That's how you know you're awake.
Right. Interesting.
But it is, farting is something that I don't think you can force.
In the sense of
anything. You force a fart, it could be wet. You force a fart, you could hurt yourself. You force a fart, anything can happen.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It can be. It can taste a little different than maybe you had expected.
While we're on this story, my buddy Hooch said he was at the JCC, and a naked man walked right up to the urinal and just started ripping naked. How do you feel about that?
See, I find that stuff sort of impressive, to be honest with you. I can appreciate that. So that's funny because earlier when you said you hear someone ripping next to you, I hear that at work, and I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? So, but then when I want to rip, I got to be honest, I do get a little nervous.
Yes, that's what I mean. I don't want to be judged for my flatulence.
Yeah, but you're more than willing to judge and congratulate someone else on their own. That's not a bad thing. I'm speaking for myself too. I think it's just an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to get better.
Pete, you know what you did tonight? I think it's all self-preservation.
Yeah.
You're in Milton?
In Milton.
Where do you guys go out when you're in Milton? Do you ever go to Steel and Rye anymore? Is that still around?
Yes.
Is that Dorchester, though, right?
No, Steel and Rye. What about Pat's? Well, Pat's is right. Pat's is right there too. Yeah, Cappy's in on Milton Hyde Park line.
Yeah, I grew up in Hyde Park, so Cappy's is still going strong, huh?
Oh goodness, yeah. Cappy's is awesome.
Master McGrath's was a spot for me.
Wow, interesting.
Back there, but
East Milton Square. East Milton Square have all the hot restaurants right now.
Yeah, I used to go to the Villa Rosa, but I think that was Quincy though.
Villa Rosa's Quincy.
Well, anyways. All right, man.
I appreciate you.
We'll continue to talk about farting. I like it.
Appreciate you, Joe. You and the squad. You're super liked. It's cool to hear on the radio, so we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, Pete. You can call anytime about farts. All right, so the Red Sox are on, the Patriots, the Celtics got drama, the Bruins are doing nothing, right? I mean, there's literally nothing going on, so why don't we just keep having fun here on 98.5 The Sports Hub?
Daddy's Junkie Music is where I got my first half sack.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on the Sports Hub. Yes, it is the Sports Hub, but all right, we did the Mike Vrabel thing. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. Is Jaylen Brown going to get traded? What else? We're going to talk to Bobby Manning, though. We will talk to him and do some sports in about an hour, less than an hour. The Red Sox are winning 2-0 on 2 long balls, Joe. Did nothing for you, huh? So they did nothing for you. Wow. Well, speaking of Street Team Joe, Mr. Paul Ariano, his dad, is joining us right now on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Mr. Ariano, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Joe. I want to know, how's the pizza gainer?
Oh, yes. You gave it to me at Buff's Pub when I met you there. I mean, I ate it on, let's just say this. I ate it so fast that it was so good, I wish I could have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. We met under trying circumstances at Buff's Pub. It's a very popular place and a Masters golf tournament and all that, but it was great hanging out.
Did Joe tell you that him and Jake got 60 wings and we ate 50?
How many?
60.
60?
Yeah.
I got the over.
Well, we ended up having 51. But I didn't want to get sick, though. So that's why I didn't eat to my fullest, and I think Joe started sweating.
Yeah, I started sweating, Dad. We could have gotten, if we wanted to, we could have gotten a 60, but...
We also got barbecue and garlic parm, where I think if we just went buffalo, we could have matched.
You're right. Joe, I shouldn't have strayed us from the normal.
Yeah, mix it and match it.
Yeah. But you're a body surf? When you body surf, Paul, what beach do you guys go to?
Around here, you got to go to Musquamaket, or you got to go to Second Beach. You got to go to a south-facing beach.
Newport.
In New England. I will say I got to give my props to my son Joe. He's a tremendous body surfer. He really is.
So listen, do you have to get a board to body surf?
No. My brother-in-law is from Long Island. We didn't know anything about body surfing. He taught us how to body surf, and you go out there the first few times and you just kind of like ride a wave and you don't really know what you're doing. And once somebody teaches you how to body surf, it's actually quite fun and exhilarating.
Is it like boogie board? Is it like boogie boarding?
Without the board.
It's like boogie boarding, except boogie boarding is it's really easy. Where body surfing, you can look pretty stupid out there, and you can get yourself hurt out there. But if you do it right, it's a ton of fun.
Okay, so you like Gloucester? There's good waves. There's very good waves. In my opinion, the best waves are at Salisbury Beach.
Salisbury.
No.
Or Plum Island.
No, you got to go down to Musquamaket on a busy day because the wave there's better waves coming from the south than there are coming from the east.
Okay, I like Watch Hill. I like Musquamaket. It's a great beach, public beach.
Yeah.
But Watch Hill is where I like to go.
Well, because you're a Taylor Swift guy, so you're hanging out with the hobnobs.
I love Taylor Swift.
We all do. Who doesn't love Swiftie?
I don't think Joe does. Is your mom on the line too? Is Mrs.
Sounds like there's a bunch of people there. Who else do you have on the line?
Happy Mother's Day to Shirley Day, a.k.a. Nancy. Yeah.
Hi.
It's the peanut butter chocolate chunk cookie, Mom.
The
cookies.
The cookies were elite.
They are elite, aren't they?
Yep. So what's Joe been up to?
Joe has been so sad since the Celtics lost. It's been a dark cloud over the household for a little bit, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah. All right. What do you guys make? Are you guys like cooking dinner right now or something?
We're about to cook dinner. We've just been hanging out, taking care of the dog, hanging out, having some fun.
What's for dinner tonight?
Gin and tonic.
Yeah, gin and tonic. Trader Joe's is for dinner. I've got Trader Joe's beef and broccoli with some fried rice and Italian pancakes. All from courtesy of Trader Joe's.
Dude, Trader Joe's makes the best frozen food ever.
They do.
Don't they?
Dude, I get a coffee rub from them and do it all my pork chops with those.
With what kind of rub?
A Trader Joe's coffee rub.
And you use that for pork chops?
Pork chops.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They're so
Sounds
good.
really good.
Dad, did you get those ice cream bars I like?
I did not, Joe. It's not Son's Day. It's Mother's Day. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we are. Well,
I'm working on a card, Mom. Don't you worry.
Well, Mrs. Ariano, happy Mother's Day to you. Paul, let's go body surfing someday. I live near Gloucester's. I'm happy to meet you.
Looking forward to
Dad,
it. Have a good night, guys.
I locked Joe in for first week of June at 10.
Yes, last week of June.
You want to come to Tango?
Last week of June. So I am doing the Northeast Card Show in Marlborough. It's a three.
Right up the street.
It's a 3.
We're hitting Queens on the way back to Tango. I'll square it in.
It's a 3-day event. I'm going to be there for 3 days. I'm going to get a hotel. And on Saturday night, I'll probably meet you guys, and I'll Uber back and forth.
It would be our pleasure, Joe.
I'm in.
Take care, Joe.
Bye, Mrs. Ariano. Thank you. That was cute, Joe. Your mom. I saw George run. Everything good, George?
Yeah, one man band over here. I like to change. I like to change the graphics and stuff.
Oh, the graphics.
We have royalty on the air
right now. Paul Ariano, Street Team Joe's
we needed you to.
Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, we got 5 minutes to settle this. 5 minutes, okay? Street Team Joe said he's watched 3 movies. Goodfellas, if you want to give us a little soundtrack action on that, George. Goodfellas. The second one, there it is. Yeah. All right, he watched Goodfellas. Did you any takeaways from the movie, Joe, that really impressed you in it? Was there something where you were like, whoa?
I would say usually, Joe, when I see a movie that's that old, I have a bad preconceived notion that I'm going to be out on it before I even watch it. So I tried to I'm like, all right, I got to give it a half hour, and if I can't do it, I can't do it. And if I gave it the half hour and I was hooked immediately. Mm-hmm. So I would say the start, like the first 30 to 45 minutes.
Like he always wanted to be a gangster.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this is
selling cigarettes, going to the place next door.
That's the problem with some of these older movies in the 80s and 90s that are deemed like fantastic movies. They just have a little bit of a slow start, and they have to realize, the kids my age, we just don't have those attention spans anymore. And so I need a movie that ropes me in right away, and Goodfellas roped me in right away.
Yeah. What about Go Home and Get Your Shine Box?
I've never seen that.
No, that was one of the sayings. Remember in the bar?
Oh, okay.
When he was like, "Hey, have you heard me in a long time? Go home and get your shine box." And then
it also helps that we're Italian.
They killed Billy Batts. Remember that was that was what really was the. And then he had his connections in Pittsburgh, and Jimmy in the shower when they robbed the Lufthansa heist.
I will watch that movie. That's a rewatchable movie. Yeah, that's a rewatchable.
And then he didn't want anyone buying anything, and he bought the pink Cadillac. Those poor kids playing hockey, huh? Who had to find that. And then Carbone was frozen. They put him in the freezer. The other movie that you said that you watched was The Wedding Singer.
Yes.
And you have no review on that one.
So here's the thing, Joe, that Adam Sandler almost always doesn't play himself. Like, he doesn't sound like himself in almost any movie. This one, he did kind of sound like himself, but I was just thrown off the entire time of the way he was acting.
It was supposed to be about the 80s.
Yeah, but
his girlfriend broke up with him.
Yeah, I just didn't find it funny.
He was a wedding singer.
Yeah,
and he met Drew Barrymore. And she was going to marry a guy named Greg Guglia.
Was Drew Barrymore back in the day supposed to be the really good-looking actress?
I think she was more. I think she was more cooler than she was hot.
Girl next door kind
of. Yeah. Like she was Josie Grossi in that movie, if you remember that one. And then she was in Fever Pitch.
Yeah.
Julia Guglia.
She was one of Charlie's Angels. With was it Cameron Diaz? Can't remember now.
Yeah, Cameron Diaz and
Lucy Liu?
Yes.
There we go.
But anyways, wasn't impressed with it.
But you didn't like the part about how, his friend wanted to find love, and Blue tried to punch him in the face, but he couldn't. And then and then she got mad because Gloria was at his house with the Van Halen shirt on, and he said, if you wear the Van Halen shirt, it's, 30 years bad luck or something like that. And then the band broke up.
Hey, some all-time hits just for some reason don't resonate with me.
And the third movie was Castaway.
And I absolutely love this movie.
Wilson. Did you know that because he was supposedly dead, right?
Who? Wilson?
Tom Hanks. Well, Tom Hanks. Oh. But he found a ball named Wilson. Did you know that when he was alive and they found him and he was supposed to meet his ex-girlfriend, the guy who walked in was Big from Sex and the City, but his name was Dr. Wilson Spaulding.
Oh, yeah.
So Wilson was his friend. He lost his friend. But do you see the symbolism there? He lost his friend, but he lost his girlfriend to Wilson Spaulding.
Yeah.
It's tough because you live it back and right he was that it's a tough story the Castaway to like live it and think like wow they performed a whole funeral for the poor guy and he's going back to live life in the same neighborhood or like
and then he just finds a match and he just can't stop playing with it because
he can't sleep on his bed.
He had to fight fire.
Yeah. He can't sleep on his bed. He couldn't eat the sushi or the crab cake or the crab.
And then he had the tooth thing. That was his dentist.
Yeah.
The guy at the end stole his girl was the dentist Spaulding.
Ironic. Yeah, he's like,
very
don't remember
very
me.
ironic.
You probably don't remember me.
Yeah.
Do you think?
And then remember the flower on the thing? He got a package with a flower on it. He saved it.
He
went to the girl's house.
And then at the end of the movie, it looks like he's turning back that way.
Yep, and she's got the thing on her truck, the little butterfly there.
Yeah. I like that.
You know,
that movie makes you think.
There could be a Castaway, too, if they really wanted to.
How would...
George that's the thing that Joe, to his credit, sequels and something we'll say for the in or out segment coming up.
But just one last thing on that movie, right? I thought it was great, but the funniest thing was when he reunited with the girl. He goes, "You mean to tell me that there's a football team in Tennessee and they lost in the Super Bowl by 1 yard?" Actually, when I watched Lost once, he didn't believe that the Red Sox won the World Series. Remember, like they showed the Red Sox what he missed while he was gone, and he goes, "That's not true. There's no way the Red Sox won the World Series," and it was true.
How do you think you guys would do on a stranded desert island?
Some animal would destroy me. I am not good. I mean, George, I maybe you could survive out there. Like me and George I'm big. George is small. I think I'd be doomed.
We'd all be doomed, I tell you. But maybe some things that we can trap with us on a desert island.
Yeah. Do you think if all three of us were together?
Well, I will say this. I'm a city kid, and I'm not good in the wild, dude. I have friends who like lived in the suburbs and stuff and do things, and I have no clue. So I'm doomed, dude.
I'm with you on that. My wife loves the whole camping kind of vibe. I just never got into that. I
don't want to sleep outside in your tent.
Right. To me, that's not adventurous at all. I grew up kind of outside of that, suburb living, but no.
No, I never did any of that. I never was a Boy Scout. I don't know how to make fire.
No, I had summers in New York, in the Bronx and stuff, yeah. No.
Yeah, we'd be screwed. Between all my medications, I would die. I would die in like 2 weeks.
I had my blood pressure.
Yeah, I don't have my SIRS or Lyme medication.
Yeah, I'd be dead.
Yeah.
We'd be screwed.
We'd be screwed.
But you guys would be making like bets on when are we gonna kill Joe to eat him.
Joe just died already.
All right, we got to go to break. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox lead 2-0 right now over. this movie the song is from?
I do not pertain to Boomerang.
The original Bad Boys with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
Nice.
The first one.
Yeah, I would have to say that this track probably precedes it, obviously, but yeah, a good song to add to the
Adina
soundtrack.
Howard.
Back when we would cop soundtracks as well.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, the soundtrack.
I wouldn't even know how like a sound director puts those things together. We don't do albums anymore.
Yeah. I like the Forrest Gump soundtrack.
Bad Boys 2.
Bad Boys 2 had
La La La, Shake Your Tail Feather.
Yeah, exactly. That was a big one.
Yeah.
I'm going to vent for a minute or two, and then we go to in or out.
Let it out.
Rob Gronkowski's starting to bother me. I think it's because I got in a fight with Joe last week, an argument.
I was listening. I caught wind of it. It did involve a kicker and
yes.
Yeah.
I think that Rob Gronkowski getting into the Patriots Hall of Fame over Adam Vinatieri is a crime.
I do see the disrespect. I do understand Street Team Joe's point, though, in terms of Gronkowski as a
you have the two of the best ever at their position.
Yes.
What best kicker, best tight end, right? Arguably, I think you could make the case that there is more an argument for the best tight end of all time than the kicker of all time.
Yeah,
Tony Gonzalez, Mike Ditka, Kelsey, if you want to throw him in there.
Well, you'd be lying to yourself, but I understand there's definitely more ingredients.
There's no other kicker that's done with Adam Vinatieri.
No, not
He has
at
the
all.
most points in NFL history.
Right. We had Morton Anderson growing up, and his longevity was pretty much it, but he was never automatic or clutch.
Who has more bigger? Name
nobody.
a bigger moment. Give me 3 big Gronk moments.
It's a good question because in comparison, Vinatieri by a landslide. I can think of the Sergio Brown shoving him into the club. I love that
fine.
moment.
Yeah, I think he had an AFC Championship catch to go to the Super Bowl was very big.
Some bad ones, the dive elbow drop to Tre'Davious White was kind of like,
bad.
oh hey, that was a bad one. But he's had some of those radius catches,
but signature moments.
The Super Bowl for the Rams, I would say, is a big one that jumps off.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But Vinatieri's is bigger.
Yeah, Vinatieri's obviously
So where I'm going with this is Gronk won the award. I thought it was because it was to get some good publicity for the program. But moving on, this week, Gronk said that his favorite team, most talented team, was the 2020 Bucks. Now, I will say, Mike Evans, Godwin, Antonio Brown's pretty good.
Right.
With him? No, I will say that. That's a hell of a group. But you mean to tell me that the 16 Patriots weren't just as good?
Right. I don't think he believes it.
He wasn't on the team because he got hurt.
Yes.
So is that a shot?
Bennett, yeah. Probably a shot at Belichick or some kind of backhand is how I interpret that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now tonight, he's dropping the puck at the Buffalo Sabres game.
Well, naturally,
I know he's from Buffalo.
Western New York guy.
But what's what with him representing all the other teams and not Boston?
Maybe he did grow up a real Sabres fan. And
but you're defending him.
I love Gronkowski.
I think he's got an axe to grind. I think he wants to flex that he won in multiple places and didn't need New England. I think it's a flex. Yeah, Brady does it too.
Yeah, there's a lot of athletes over here that I can put on my BS translator for, and
Well, it's always good to see Livy Dunn. Camille Kostick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. So when he says the Tampa Bay thing for athletes that are saying things that they don't believe, I think Jaylen Brown saying that this season was his favorite. There's something that he probably. I don't think he genuinely believes it. I think that there's something underhanded and rooted there that he's just throwing that out there. There might be some dysfunction that something underneath the skin there, something underneath the surface that I think that needs to be tapped into.
Well, some guy says you are incorrect, Joe. So I'd like to know how I'm incorrect. I only speak in fact or agenda.
Yeah, this is one of those subjective things I would say for sure. Mm-hmm. They both are deserving. Gronkowski obviously. More recency bias is what I would attribute it to, and for whatever reason, and we need to let go of this as Boston, New England fans, is players who have success elsewhere. You don't have to hold that against Vinatieri. He had a whole second career, in Indianapolis, and good for him. He didn't lose the luster, and he had a long-standing career. And to your point, he is the the highest point getter in the NFL.
Good call, George.
Yep.
All right. Well, you know what we're going to do next? Are you in or out? And then we'll talk to Bobby Manning. We'll find out the latest on the Celtics as we're here until 11 o'clock tonight. We got Street Team Joe. We got the People's Champ, George. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening.
World champion Boston Celtics.
All the way 3, Eddie hit.
WBZ FM and HD Boston 98.5. The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox leading 2-0 right now over at Fenway Park. Connolly early on the mound, and well, he's gotten some run support. 2 homers, baby, homers. But not just homers. Dongs. Ceddanne Raffaello went deep. Wilyer Abreu went deep. 2-0. At the NBA playoffs, New York Knicks have an 80-76 lead over the 76ers. Get it? 76-76ers. Spurs, Timberwolves later on tonight. Montreal up 3-1 on Buffalo. Thanks, Gronk. And the Ducks and Knights play later on tied at 1. Headlines are brought to you by Super Service Today. Upgrade your home with an electric heat pump system from Super Service Today. Stay cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and save on energy costs while reducing your carbon footprint. For a free estimate, visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Diving effort. He's to the backhand. Throws it in front. Coming to the spot.
The Sports Hub.
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray pre-party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
I'll fill up your own soda. I don't know. It's all about squeezing the margins, Joe.
Can I tell you something?
It's all about getting the margins.
The other night, I ordered online food to get delivered to my house, and I had to click on, do I want ketchup? And it was 75 cents for sweet and sour. So if I wanted all that stuff, I would have had to pay all that extra dollars. Add that on the tip plus the tax and then the delivery fee. Like, that's extra money.
Have you guys ever had AI take your drive-through order before?
Hate it.
Also hate it, but I have had that.
I'm out on that.
Out.
I think it was a Wendy's. It was very close to over here. I'm very out on that.
But you know what, though? Shout out to our friends over at Panera Bread right across the street here from the Cityside building. I walked in one day and he goes, "Hey, Joe Murray, what's up?" And I said, "Hey, man, what's up?" And he goes, "Zoe comes in here all the time." And I go, "Oh, that's awesome." And he goes, "Just go down there, grab a cup, go use our fountains, whatever you want, my man." And I was like, "Okay." And I filled up an Arnold Palmer and I left. I didn't grab multiples. And he goes, "Anytime you want to come in." And I said, "Thanks, man."
Miss being able.
I felt like that was a good partnership. I'm now going to go do something for him.
Miss being able to do my own Arnold Palmer's though, and can't do if we don't have these self-serve soda machines. So, all right, moving on. So something Joe had suggested too. When it comes to Castaway 2s or movies or series, like Stranger Things, that they want to say that they're over, but then they end up coming back. Are you in or out on sequels that have longevity to them?
Okay, last night I had a little bit of a mini breakdown about Hocus Pocus 3 coming up.
Oh my. Hocus Pocus 2 was already like...
I hated it. I really like Hocus Pocus the movie.
Back then it was okay. I had a crush on the girl.
But that's what I'm saying, George. We were in that era where, like, movies could come out and have longevity. Like Sarah Jessica Parker became the girl from Sex and the City, right? Yes. Bette Midler is one of the best singers of all. Like, yes. And then the other girl was on Sister Act.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is, like, there were other people in that show that went on to do good things. But they made a part 2, dude. It was nostalgic and it was bad. You know what I liked, but it wasn't great? You guys seen Coming to America, right?
Yes.
They made a Coming to America 2, and Wesley Snipes was in it. I laughed. I got nostalgia. It wasn't good, but you know what?
Yeah, a lot of
I only watched it once. And then the new Beverly Hills Cop that just came out, I liked it.
I thought that was okay.
And it was well done. Yeah. So it really depends on the kind of series.
It's true,
but if it's a money grab, I'm out, bro.
Right, I'm out on Happy Gilmore 2. I was...
so Happy Gilmore 2 was it was a cameo fest.
Right.
I didn't think it was bad. I'll never watch it again. Unless it's, like, free and in front of me.
Nice. What'd you say, Joe? You were in or out on these shows that say that they're ending, but then they coming back after some longevity?
So, it depends. If it's, like, the same cast and the show is completely over, then I don't think I want the same cast coming back. I know Malcolm in the Middle just came back. It's throwing me off.
Yeah.
I did like Better Call Saul built off of
Better Call, but it was a prequel.
Exactly.
Right?
If you build off of or pre something, I think it could work. But if a series just trying to like milk, like Jersey Shore is still going on.
Yeah, they started
just
last night.
Yeah, like here's another new.
Can I give you what I like? I like. Have you guys ever saw the movie The Fugitive?
Yes, Harrison Ford.
Great movie, right? One-armed man, doctor. Well, they made a sequel to it, but they didn't call it The Fugitive 2. They called it U.S. Marshals with Wesley Snipes again. But it was the same cast, Tommy Lee Jones. That whole Joe Pantaleone and all that whole crew. But they didn't have to call it The Fugitive 2. It was just U.S. Marshals about the crew that found the fugitive.
Right, and it would say U.S. Marshals just didn't have Harrison Ford, to be sure, right?
Exactly, yep.
Yeah, so it's hard to have the main character and then entitle the sequel a sequel.
So is it considered a sequel? U.S. Marshals compared to The Fugitive?
Yeah, and I'm sure that they're canon. So I believe you when you say that they maintain the cast, but I don't know the names or the intricacies for U.S. Marshals. It's not vivid in my brain.
But what happened was U.S. Marshals was about a guy on a bus or train, and the
Tommy Lee Jones,
now
the
I
U.S.
can't
Marshal.
remember what it is. Now I feel like I need to see the movie again. But Tommy Lee Jones was the lead. It was great.
Are you going to see the new Top Gun? So
Yes.
they announced a new Top Gun, but
Yes.
also this week in theaters, both Top Guns will be back in theater for 1 week.
So I could watch the original.
You can watch
and
the
Maverick.
original and Maverick. I'm there.
In.
Like, that sounds awesome.
I'm in for the threefer.
Yeah, I think they
That
can.
might
make
be
a
it
third
though.
one. Yeah,
3 and done.
And call it.
You punt on 4th down.
You damn right you punt on 4th down. All right, I got a couple more here. It was a versus last night, Joe. I don't know if you're into this hip hop verse. It was French Montana versus Rick Ross.
I saw this.
Yes. Joe, are you in and out on these versus competitions?
In.
It has the right combatants, I would say.
Rick Ross went at Drake. See that?
I only seen it's and bits of it. I tried to tune in after 9.
You know what? I'm in on it. And I wish I could invest a little more time into it. So if I can get like little clips on social, it would get me to watch more.
Right. Yeah. The Tank and Tyrese was the one that preceded this. I think Tank had the turtleneck kind of scene that went viral. For going against Tyrese. So I thought that was funny. And then the Cash Money and No Limit was kind of a letdown.
The Fugitive was a bus. The U.S. Marshals was a plane.
Tommy Lee Jones, one of the best.
Yep. So wasn't Castaway. What about a sequel to that? What about
Castaway?
What about a sequel to The Departed?
George just brought us up a sequel to the Castaway, and I was like, that could be in for that. I don't know how they would do it.
He went to he starts off at the 4-way, and he goes.
Oh yeah, and so they don't even have like another.
No.
One. Yeah.
Maybe he.
But he's much older now.
Maybe he
so that
starts a
wouldn't work.
volleyball.
Finds Wilson.
Yeah.
All right, so last I have on my list here, John Cena. He's supposed to be at Backlash tomorrow.
Yeah.
Big announcement. Maybe Club WWE, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I think it's going to be.
Yeah, probably be some letdown, right?
There's been some bad things going on.
Yeah, so in terms of the product, right, Joe, are you in or out on WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia?
This. I went to the WrestleMania in Vegas. I'm glad I went. I had a good time. It was probably the worst card I've been to, though. The Roman Cody match, though, was one of the best I ever saw live. So did I get my money's worth? Yes. Did I think it was a little underwhelming? Yeah. But, dude, look, TKO, releases. Ted Turner died. You see that?
Yes. Oh, my
I mean, he's the
goodness,
guy who helped start the Monday Night Wars. Like,
I root for AEW, man, I tell you.
yeah,
I like the competition aspect.
They're coming to Boston this summer. Still can't buy it.
It's tough. AEW, I'm rooting for them, but every time I find myself tuning into Dynamite, I don't know what's going on.
I love wrestling, and I'll always watch wrestling. But right now, I feel like it's I think when pigs get fat, pigs get slaughtered.
Yes.
I saw last night, I don't know if you two will be in on this, is Conor McGregor is reportedly coming back. Jim Rome announced it on his show today. Max Holloway.
He'll get destroyed.
That's what I thought.
That'd be a great fight, though.
But it's going to be the first, I think it's in July.
But this is what I mean. Max Holloway deserves this.
Yeah.
Max Holloway deserves... It's going to be... Everyone's going to watch for McGregor, right? Because he's a polarizing figure. Yeah. Max Holloway deserves this. Just like, you know what?
He's a brawler.
When Logan Paul's brother, Jake, fought Joshua, look what Joshua has now. A heavyweight championship fight against Fury. Maybe this is like... Sometimes these guys need the bump, right?
So do you think it's more likely it's the end?
Yeah, McGregor's done, dude, bro.
after this fight.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think in that sport, you go down, you're done.
Yeah, he hasn't fought anybody of note in a while. I would say, yeah, he is a draw though. Conor McGregor, he's going to get me to tune in. Curious to see what that White House card would look like when it comes to fruition. And I'm a Xander Zayas fan. I'm a boxing fan. So next month, him and Boots Ennis are going to go down.
In on that stuff because these are guys that should be highlighted that aren't. And with the Kentucky Derby and now the winner of the Derby not going to the Preakness out. I want a Triple Crown winner. Damn it.
So I guess the Preakness is only scheduled like 2 weeks from today.
Yeah, that's what they do. So it's every 2 weeks.
But they got to push that out a little bit.
Yeah, but something has to be done, Joe.
Yes, exactly.
But this has been going on for 153 years. How do you change it?
But last year, didn't they have the same problem? The winner of the Kentucky Derby backed out.
I hate that. Bobby Manning, CLNS. We'll talk to him next. Great job, George.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Everybody knows Joe.
Just keeps getting better.
Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
It feels like this split up is inevitable, and they're going to force Brad Stevens' hand, and that's Jaylen Brown to me. And look, I never want to see these two break up. I actually think they're very compatible. I think they can win multiple championships together. But as I've always been told since a little kid, ego is one hell of a drug. And as you keep winning at a high level, somebody feels like they have to be the guy, and it feels very intentional watching Jaylen Brown. He doesn't say things with lack of awareness. He's always very intentional with what he says. And what he's telling me, and what I feel like he's telling the world is, this is a success when I'm the guy. You guys keep treating me like I'm secondary. I want to be the guy. And maybe he needs to go away. Maybe this could get passed over, but inevitably, we know who they both are. And it feels like it's like this. It doesn't feel like this is a long-term thing.
It's Jay Williams on the relationship between Tatum, Brown, and the Celtics. What is going on? Let's bring in Bobby Manning. He of CLNS does a great job covering the Celtics, and I've been watching some of his stuff over there on Celtics Daily. And I got to tell you, Bobby, I'm getting a little nervous because I think Brad Stevens indicated changes were ahead. And, well, if it's changes between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I don't like it. Your thoughts on just what's been going on since the end of the season?
Yeah, I don't love it either. You know, you don't like to see this thing potentially break up here. I think Jaylen's coming off, obviously, his career season and showed a bunch of growth, and that comes both on the court and off. You know, to his comments there about the favorite year, I think some of his off-court growth was a reason for saying that, and, you know, leadership he showed this year. So you don't love seeing it. I think Brad, in his comments too there, said that, you know, it's a good place to be where they've been in the mix for a bunch of different seasons here. But the one thing you look at, well, there's two things you look at, right? One, how can you improve this roster? You don't have a lot of tools, assets to do so, just like a year ago. And then number two, you're looking at Jaylen's contract, which is up for an extension this offseason. 3 years left, but, you know, as you get further and further along in a deal like that, you do start to, you know, want some more clarity of like, all right, where's this relationship going into the future? Is this something that we want to, you know, do for the long term beyond these next couple of years here? Because, you know, not that you have to extend him this off season, but, you know, if he wants an extension and the team doesn't want to give it to him or vice versa, you know, that does start to point toward, all right, where is this going here? And, you know, certainly they're not going to make a deal just to get off him or, you know, appease whatever goals he potentially has or any number of things like that. It'll have to be a good trade. But it feels for the first, like, I didn't think they were trading him last year, Joe. I think there's a chance this summer just because of how everything is lined up.
Do you think it's because of the comments and the national media is really all over him, right? I mean, I think we all know here there's a good relationship between Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and people tried to make it about that. But this is now him after a game not being accountable and now getting into beefs with Stephen A. and other guys going at him. Do other people know that it's not working anymore and it's broken and now they have to make a move? And on the flip side of that, do you think that ownership wants to go another year below the luxury tax?
Yeah, I think they probably do. You know, given the repeater penalties, if you get out another year, those go away for a number of years. So I think it makes sense from their perspective to want to do that. I don't think it's necessary to move on from Jaylen in order to do that. I think they're in a good place now below the tax, where that's not a huge concern. I think they have some good leeway below it now that Vucevic's contract has expired. So, you know, I do think that's probably going to be part of their calculus this offseason. In terms of Jaylen, like, I still don't have a perfect sense of what, if there is any frustration is. Like, you know, obviously your mind goes to him potentially wanting to lead a team or playing at the top of a team in a certain style. He mentioned style specifically, not only after Game 6, but, you know, in all these Twitch streams and postseason comments we're discussing here. Like, that's the common thread across all of this is critiques of the coaching /style/approach. late in the season, and that coincides with Tatum's return, right? So I think that's where a lot of people draw parallels here, and I don't think that's necessarily a beef between the two players, but it's two players vying for the same position on a team, right? And I think that's always been the conversation here, right? It's not interpersonal conflict between Tatum and Brown. It's two players at the top of their game aiming for the same position, effectively, which is the top spot, the leader spot on a team. And, it's another reason I think Jaylen said that, this is his favorite season, undoubtedly, is that he got to be the tone setter, the MVP candidate, lead guy on a 56-win team, and I think he believes he proved something in doing that. Now, what would surprise me is if he would want out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he wants out of Boston. I don't think he wants to be somewhere else necessarily. Like, he's talked about it, too, throughout his career. Like, the grass is always greener type thing. Like, you might go somewhere else and be in a worse position, worse team, worse, playoff positioning, all the rest there. But I think he wants affirmation being atop this dynamic here. Like, I don't think he wants it to be a 1-2 thing. Like, it's equal footing at the top of the team, and potentially he even sees himself as like the tone setter here. I will say though, Joe, he did call Jason their best player, their superstar, after that Game 7. So, it's hard to parse. It's hard to read a lot of things here, but I do put some stock in Tracy McGrady saying that, there's some frustration here. And, I think even the way Brad answered that was very careful when he was asked about it.
I think Jaylen Brown's passive-aggressive, but I don't mean it in, like, a bad way. There's just maybe some messaging in his words. But getting past that, do you think he looks at it as the last 6 years, and 3 out of the last 6 seasons, Jason Tatum has ended the season injured? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, for sure, and it's a factor, right? And I think Jaylen's durability was incredible this season. He was obviously injured at the end of last year with the torn meniscus, so he's had his bumps and bruises too over the last stretch here. And I think that's a good reminder that these aren't two young guys anymore, right? Like, this isn't the young core we talked about for years and years. Like, they are $50-60 million guys, into their supermax deals here and about to hit 30 years old. And Tatum obviously doing so coming off the Achilles injury and whatever he dealt with at the tail end of this year. So there's an onus on figuring out what the best way to maximize this thing they're doing is right now, or pivot toward more of a long play. And that's something they could potentially do here, right, is move on from one of them for tons of picks and young players and try to reshape this around either of them. That's another option that they could take this summer. I know we're going to talk a lot about Giannis and other stars and big moves, but, one option that they could have is, going younger, going more athletic, going with a more dynamic roster around either of those two players. Because again, Joe, as much as we're talking about conflict and desires or whatever else might be going on there's also a money team building component to this too. And, I think it went underrated a little bit last year just how tough it is to build around two $50-60 million guys. And they kicked that can down the road another year and had such a good regular season that it wasn't really a conversation. But that same dynamic we talked about last summer still exists here, where they have two guys making $50 million, another guy making $30 million in Derek White. And that's effectively all your cap, all your spending right there between three guys. And it's amazing that they field the roster that they do around those guys between Hauser and Pritchard at the moment that they do. But if we're coming out of the season saying it wasn't close to good enough, it's a first-round exit with nearly full health, something obviously has to improve here. And there's no easy answer to that, right? Like, are you trading Jaylen? Are you trading Derek? Are you, trying to draft and develop as they did last year? Like, it worked out great for a lot of the season, but, you're drafting 27th again. Like, there's only so much you can do there. So they're going to have to make some tough decisions here, whether it's running it back or making a bold move.
I want to get to some of those decisions. We're talking about Bobby Manning, CLNS. Brad Stevens, I like that he was up there by himself. I like that he said he was pissed.
There's all accountability.
Yeah, and I liked exactly something we maybe didn't see from some others. But he talked about more dunks, and he didn't like some of their three-point shots. Like, was there a different message? I guess Bobby has a long way of me saying, did Brad Stevens say a bunch of different things that Joe Mazzulla did after the series?
Yeah, deferred completely. Joe's message was they liked the shots they got, and they were good quality, good approach, good process. Just didn't like the results, and I think Brad's criticism of their offense extended back to not only the Knicks series there, but the Magic series. Like, it was interesting. He even said the Orlando series from last year he didn't like their first shot offense, and we saw it this season. There was not a consistent shooting attack from this team throughout much of the regular season, and they countered that, and I'll give Joe credit for it, with good offensive rebounding, an aggressive defensive scheme that forced turnovers. Like, they found ways to layer their game plan so that they could win when they didn't shoot well, and I thought they had a good roster and a good scheme to win when they weren't shooting well going into the playoffs. And then sure enough, they get there, and I think a lot of those things went out the window, and they ended up having 7 games decided by who was shooting better there. And I think I forget who said it. One of the national guys I felt like said it well. They, with at least to start the series, right? Because it changes when Embiid comes back and George is playing the way he did at the end there. But to begin this series, and then against the Knicks last year, obviously, like, you come into that series with superior talent, but you make it a shooting contest / variance game with your approach there by just having these games decided on both ends of the floor, right? Because they're, playing with the shooting a little bit on the defensive end too. Who's making more threes in any given game? Like, that is literally what these games are coming down to. And that's why I asked Joe after the Game 7, like, do you feel like you became too reliant on jump shots going in? And it's not just the threes, it's the mid-ranges too. They don't get shots at the basket. They don't get to the free throw line. And, he said no. And Brad obviously felt like it became, too built on difficult shots, just difficult offense as a whole. And that was my biggest concern going into the playoffs, Joe. Their offense was almost entirely built on jump shooting. And, they're bottom of the league at the shots at the rim, bottom of the league at free throws. Like, there just needs to be a little more balance here. It's not about threes being good or bad. It's not about, like the modern game versus the old game. Like, they just need to find some balance here. And some of that is personnel, and some of it is coaching. Like, I think they went too deep into the, threes falling thing into the playoffs, not only this year, but last year as well. And especially in advantageous or situational spots, it burnt them. Like, you cannot have 10 straight jump shot misses to close Game 5. You can't have 14 straight misses or whatever it was to close Game 7, or the, vice versa there. Like, you have to be able to get to something there that can stop the bleeding. And, that's why you lose a 3-1 lead there. It was not good.
I would love dunks.
Yeah, he likes dunks. Speaking of dunks, Giannis has led the league in dunks multiple years in a row. This year he was 5th. He played 36 games and was 5th in dunks. How can they acquire Giannis, and how does it make sense regarding staying under the luxury tax? Could you explain it to me?
So I don't think there's any way to do it without trading Jaylen, and I think you're going to need a third team there. I know a lot of people are saying just do Giannis for Jaylen, but I don't think Jaylen with the salary and with where Milwaukee's at makes much sense for the Bucks. Fortunately, I do think there are a number of third teams that would be interested in Jaylen. I know Atlanta's the big one, and I think of like Portland too, maybe needing an offensive engine. Orlando, I think, is in need of a shakeup. So, there's a lot of third teams out there that I think could use Jaylen. But, those deals are hard to pull together. I think the Celtics, who are short on picks here after the Derek White and Drew Holiday deals, are going to need that third team to kind of provide some of the heavier pick ammunition. I'm interested to see how it plays out with Giannis. I know there's some, reporting today around Cleveland. I think that makes a lot of sense. They don't have a lot of draft capital there, so they might need some help as well. I think of Miami. They're always going to be aggressive. Atlanta has some Bucks picks, or at least the Bucks pick this year. Some of the rates tied up there, so that's helpful. And then, Portland, if they want to make a move for Giannis themselves, they have a lot of Bucks picks at their disposal from the Damian Lillard trade. So, there's going to be a lot of competition. I definitely think it's something you have to fully explore if you're boss. Like, I can't believe, myself and I'm sure many others have kind of snubbed their nose at the Giannis idea at times, because, when you really do think about it, like, this is a top 5 player in the league. This is a guy who's a full, blown MVP candidate. And we know the risk, right? The calf issues, and he hasn't really been healthy late in the year since 2022. He needs an extension as well. But if you are going to lean into these next couple of years here and really trying to get back in that championship conversation soon, I don't think there's a more straightforward path than that. And, if you think about maybe being able to keep the rest of your core intact between White and Hauser and Pritchard and some of these other guys, it makes a lot of sense, especially for a team that needs some solid center play. Now, my big question, Joe, is we saw him with Lillard, and he wouldn't roll. They never developed a pick-and-roll combination there. And, would it be the same thing with Tatum and Giannis fighting for the ball? That's probably my biggest concern. But, man, I love the player. I know a lot of people don't like him around here, but I think it would just be an awesome fit, especially in Joe's system.
And I honestly think that Tatum could adapt to it. Right? 'Cause I think Tatum could play in any system. I really do. And just speaking about that, Bobby, my thoughts on him not playing in Game 7, Tatum, I have no problem with it at all. I don't. Do I look at it and say, man, strap it up, dude? How do you miss a Game 7? I actually heard KG and Paul Pierce question it. And the game's different, but do people realize that the Celtics overused him? And I had no problem with it. It's upsetting he didn't play. What are your thoughts? And now, in hindsight, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. If there's any calf concern there at all, you're shutting that thing down. Again, we're going to parse back of the knee, top of the calf, whatever it was there was obviously concerning enough to, I think have the team and, the medical staff there say, I was at Game 6 watching that whole saga play out, and there was real concern there and a lot of conversation going on between he and the trainer. So, I don't really have much of a question about this, especially when, you look at the severity of the injury he suffered the year previously. Like you said, there was a protocol, and if there was any tightness or stiffness or whatever discomfort, how you want to describe this thing, it was going to be a shutdown. And I'm surprised that he said, Tatum did, that he would have a chance to play in round 2, because I would think if it was a calf issue, you're probably going to miss several weeks there, I would think. So maybe that was just optimism on his end of being able to get back. I mean, this is not a guy we worry about wanting to play, right? If it was maybe a different guy, it's a, completely different conversation. But, this was his 4th or 5th playoff game missed of his career in Game 7 there. The guy doesn't miss games ever and plays a ton of minutes when he does. So, I'm surprised this even became a conversation about, did he bang out of the game or was it soft or whatever. This guy plays every single game he possibly can, plays 35, 40 minutes. Now, I think the one thing coming out of it you're going to say, as you mentioned there, is can you lean into playing this guy as many minutes as you possibly can as a game plan into the future? Probably not. At this stage of his career and following the previous injury and now this one, you're going to have to be a little more careful and cautious with how you manage that thing. But, I don't have any question about him not playing.
Same. Feel the same way. All right, Bobby, I appreciate you taking a few minutes on a Friday night. What are you up to now the rest of the year?
We might do a little Red Sox over on CLNS like we did last year, but, lots to talk about, lots to cover to begin the off season here. We'll do our draft stuff as that gets closer, but, we always saw a lot of stuff happening into the off season early here, but I'm sure you'll see me over at Fenway a little bit too as the summer goes on here. So check us out on CLNS Media, and plenty of Garden reports happening as well as news starts to flow here. And we're doing the Celtics Daily podcast as well. Appreciate the plug on that. And you'll always see me somewhere. I can't believe we're not in New York tonight at the Garden, though. It's pretty dispiriting.
And it's Knicks are about to go up 3-0 up 107-92. And
I know, right? This series ended up being a bit of a no contest. You should have beat Philly. That's all there really is to it.
And I think the Celtics would have lost to the Knicks. I think
so too. Yeah, it's a good Knicks team.
At least you would have had a chance. So, all right, Bobby, excellent job. Another great season in the books, my man. Enjoy some time off. We'll talk to you when you're over at Fenway, and always appreciate your time, my man.
All right, talk to you soon, Joe. It was good talking to you.
You got it. He's Bobby Manning, everybody. Check out all his work over at CLNS. He does shows. He does video shows. He does it all over there, and he's got a great mustache. We'll hit a headline here. And the Red Sox win again. We'll tell you the score now in headlines. They win 2-0 tonight on
are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hall.
And a 1-2. Cut on and missed. He struck him out, and that seals it. The Red Sox win it. Another shutout. It's number 6 for the Red Sox. That is the most in Major League Baseball. 2-0.
Well, they did exactly what you got to do against a team that's, 13-1 in their last 14 games. You got to pitch. And it's what here tonight, you hand the ball off to Whitlock and Chapman, and, of course, you need a couple big hits. Now, they weren't in scoring position, but a couple of solo shots was enough. This is a really nice win for the Sox.
Heavy day, baby. How would you feel if I rubbed you down? Make your head spin like a merry-go-round. Take control like Charles in charge. I could have kept going, Street Team Joe. George bringing the heat tonight. Red Sox win. You heard it there. 2-0. The Red Sox are winning games. Did you know? The Red Sox have owned the Rays 9-2 their last 11 games. And did you know? They're now 7-5 in the Chad Tracy era. The Chad Sox, baby. They're better than Cora. And they're better without Roman in the lineup as well. What a game tonight in Connolly Early, right? Just look at what this guy's doing this year. Connolly Early's having himself a year, man.
Shout out to the young arms as well, too, because we're going to need every bit of the young arms to kind of hold and hang our hats to. They don't know any better.
Mm-hmm. Bennett was good last night. They sent him down, though, because they need another arm.
Oh, I know. Aiden, like I said, he was the tough luck loser.
But Tolley was awesome the other night.
That's right. And he's my Kenny Powers left-handed version, man. I'm so rooting hard for that Peyton Tolley. You know. Now, we are too lefty-heavy in the rotation, so maybe a move to the bullpen, might suit him, if anything happens to Chapman, or if we just need the help on the back end. But I'm open to it. The Red Sox winning like this, please, let's keep it up. The math is mathing, but if they can take me even on a pseudo ride just because the whole American League stinks, go ahead and do it.
So I'll give you the bad and the good here. The bad is, to me, they had Connolly Early and Peyton Tolley ready to go to start the year, and they didn't use them. Instead, they traded for Johan Oviedo, fail, and gave Ranger Suarez $130 million. Now, although he's had some good starts, if you already had two lefties here, why'd you need another one?
Right, and I thought that was a panic signing after the Bregman thing fell through.
Think of all the money they could have saved.
Right.
Or used elsewhere.
Yeah, if they had some level of conviction. The problem is they probably caved to the public perception of them not having signed a free agent at the time.
Honestly, Early's had a bad start, and Tolley's had a bad start. But for the most part, they've been more than consistent. And I just saw this stat, and that's why, and this is the good stuff. Most strikeouts per 9 innings from a Red Sox pitcher in their first 12 career starts. Connolly Early has the highest, 9.87. He had 8 strikeouts tonight. The next guy, Clay Buchholz, and after that, Daisuke. Early's 2.90 ERA is the lowest by a Sox pitcher through the first 12 games since Aaron Seeley in 1993.
You know what's crazy is these mid-'90s Red Sox, this current iteration, very reminiscent of the mid-'90s teams growing up.
People thought Aaron Seeley would be the number 2 after Roger Clemens.
Correct.
If you also remember, he hit George Bell, and Mo Vaughn, remember?
Yes, Mo Vaughn came out and
helped
Seeley.
him. That was way back in the day, Joe. It was good stuff.
Yeah, Seeley ended up being a journeyman. He ended up being okay.
But I think they might have ruined him. They put too much on him. They needed to finesse him a little bit. Maybe that's what they did to Early and Tolley early on. I think they're big league pitchers. Tolley's got big league stuff. I'm more impressed with Connolly Early, the way that he's just the strikeouts and he battles in there. His issue was getting out of the 4th, 5th inning. What did he do tonight? He did. He went 7 innings. So he's improving on his biggest issues.
He reminds me of a young Jamie Moyer so much. To live on the off speed.
And Moyer was a little more finesse, but Early isn't a flamethrower by any means.
Right.
And then they got home runs tonight from Street Team Joe's favorite player, Willie Abreu. He hit a dong. And Ceddanne Rafaela. The two guys I talked to you off the air about Rafaela. 2-0. They win games 2-0, guys. Things are looking good. They're now 17-22. Math. 5 games away from 500. They're getting close, Joe.
I much prefer 2 solo home runs than manufacturing runs with ground ball, grounded into double play, bases loaded, no out situations.
Fielder's choice stuff.
Right, fielder's choice. I can't stand that crap. The way we're manufacturing runs without really being a good small ball team. It's really not a good mix, the roster construct. But to you, Joe, I would say, is the Roman Anthony injury, is it kind of helping the logjam in the outfield? With Yoshida, Duran, particularly having them platoon for the majority of the year with Anthony in that rotation, to use Cora's words, right? The rotation. Is that helping? Kind of Chad Tracy?
That's my take. Lineup? It's helping Tracy, and it's keeping other guys in the lineup every day and keeping them happy. The question is,
what happens when
what happens when he comes back?
I wouldn't put him lead off. That's what I'd much rather have him in the 2 or 3 hole.
I think Duran, Contreras, and Roman is working.
Yes.
I think Willier might have to stay in the cleanup spot. I think you should drop Trevor Story. I think Durbin in the 9 spot right now. Dude, he made a play in the field tonight that was incredible.
Has. Yeah, I said in your ear, right? He's hit or miss in terms of the fielding. He'll make this sensational play, but then he's gonna hit one off the wrist of the glove, next time through. But he's made a lot more solid and flashier plays than I would. I have to give him credit for that.
Red Sox getting credit. They got 2 more. They're on a 7-game homestand. They have 5 games to go at home. Win the homestand, and if they win the rest of the next 5 games, guess what? They're back at 500. I think moving on from Alex Cora was the right move.
Mentioning 500 is kind of the Cora special.
Yeah, but guess what? Right? Low bar. The low bar here.
Oh, I see, but I wanted to retain Cora. I'm sorry.
Well, Joe, George.
We're going to agree to disagree there.
George, we will disagree. And you know what? At the end of the year, we can have the debate again.
Yeah, it's...
Because guess what? I don't think you're wrong. I think they needed I think they needed Craig Breslow to be able to have control because he had none. So we'll leave it there. We'll do some Red Sox stuff on the other side.
He traded Devers last year. He has all the control he wants.
That was Breslow. Well, was that Breslow or was that Henry?
Well,
said, hey, why don't you get this guy off our books and have no more money?
I think Breslow does have this complex to him that he doesn't really do well with insubordination and that back and forth. He doesn't really like that people coming at him. So,
okay. Well, on the other side here, guys, the night show has been around here since 2009. There's been, I think, 3 iterations of it. I'm the 3rd. And Area 98.5, Joe, I'm not sure if you've ever been there, Street Team Joe, but Area 98.5 has been around for a very, very long time. And tonight is the night. If you want to go Area 98.5, we will do that next on Musings here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to. for sports. A Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines.
Red Sox 2-0 shutout win tonight over at Fenway Park. Connolly early, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts. Garrett Whitlock with the hold, and Aroldis Chapman closed the door. They got 2 homers in the game. Wilyer Abreu and Ceddanne Rafaela. The teams will meet again tomorrow. The New York Knicks up 3-0 now over the 76ers, while the Spurs, they have a 14-1 lead right now over the Timberwolves. The Montreal Canadiens even the series with the Sabres after their 5-1 win. And Vegas up 1-0 right now over the Ducks. That series tied at 1. Headlines are brought to you by Super Service Today. Upgrade your home with an electric heat pump from Super Service Today. Stay cool this summer, warm all winter, and save on energy costs while reducing your carbon footprint. For a free estimate, visit superservicetoday.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Actually coaching the game, or it's just that is. I feel so strongly about that. I can't even tell you.
Boston Talk Sports here.
What do we got?
Sports.
Quick, smelly.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
You want a random take? Murray's got all sorts on stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
All right, it's Murray's Musings here on the Sports Hub. Jack B in our chat says it's 10 p.m. I'm really happy you're still on the air, Joe. I lost $10 betting against the Red Sox.
Von Grissom, the acquisition for Chris Sale. Needed to get more.
It's been some bad ones if you really look at it. It's Friday night, everybody. Friday night of Mother's Day weekend. Speaking of moms, I celebrated my mother's 70th birthday today. It was awesome. We went to Capitol Grill in Dedham. Shout out to Dave and the crew over there. Michael, our waiter. I had a medium Kona steak. Fabulous with lobster mac and cheese. I also had some mashed potatoes. I had shrimp cocktail, some sort of wrapped prosciutto cheese invention, a lobster bisque. I took a nap in the car before the show, which I had to do. And then Street Team Joe says, hey, do you want a chicken parm sub or a meatball sub? And I'm like, I don't think I can eat it all. And Joe is a surgeon. He asked me what I wanted. I said, well, why can't we split both? So Joe is a surgeon. And Joe, you did surgery with the subs. You kind of mixed it up. We went half and half.
Saved my life.
Yeah, Joe, we went half and half. We did half meatball, half chicken parm, and we performed the surgery. And what is life if you can't find a friend that's willing to split 2 great subs?
What's this life for? That's a Creed song.
You know what? In my ideal life, if a death row meal per se, I would love someone to get just an amazing steak and cheese. I'd like someone to get an amazing pasta dish, whether it's bolognese or something like that.
There's a place I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get it one day. I don't know how I'm gonna get there, but there's a place I was told that has the best steak and cheese ever. I got to get it for you.
Are you talking about the place near Jake?
Not the place near Jake.
Okay.
But I don't know how we can do it, but it's near the casino. Maybe we can meet at the casino.
I'd be in.
All right. I want to get you the best steak and cheese of all. I haven't had the steak and cheese.
Okay. That's my life's goal is to find the best steak and cheese.
That's great. I would like to learn more about your journey. So I've ate a lot today. You are now in a food coma. I can see it in your eyes.
Yes. We shouldn't have had both halves of the same.
I am going to tell you that I might have to be helicoptered out of here. George, how was the subs for you?
It was excellent. I thank Big Joe. He's a lifesaver. He is a lifesaver. I couldn't thank him enough. The night show, Skaz, he needs this kind of support. So yeah, Jim, if you're listening, Street Team Joe, we got to get him. We got to get him.
Where was this from again?
Napoli's in Worcester. or near Worcester. Shrewsbury Street.
What town? Oh, okay, so
Route 9 area.
out there near Hooters.
Yes, really close to Hooters, actually.
I might be doing another card show out there.
It's funny when I texted George, I didn't even give him an option of like saying no sub. I was like, so I'm getting you a meatball or a chicken parm. Which one do you want?
Where'd you go?
I went meatball all the way.
Wow, the meatball was good, right? I'm
Delicious.
not kidding. It's hard to find a good meatball sub because some of the meatballs could be frozen. They could be,
No, this tasted as gourmet as possible. So it, and then the bread was delectable. It was gigantic. So the servings, the portions were on point. Oh yes, I am satisfied. I am currently in a food coma myself.
We'll make it though, because we have Area 98.5 come up in a second. But just wanted to shout out my mom. It's her 70th birthday. Had a great time today. She supports me big time. She's probably the biggest fan of me on the radio. So I just wanted to shout out my mom. And it is Mother's Day weekend as well, Joe. So I've already given you some ideas for Sunday, all right?
Plants, flowers,
card.
Homemade card? Am I too old for that?
You got to buy a good one. You got to buy one that's like, Mom, thank you for everything you've done to me. The woman in you has made the man out of me. Something like that, Blow her away.
I feel like a homemade card might blow her away.
Well, then get on it. Maybe you can make her a graphic card. Like how
Hey,
you
Mom,
make graphic.
I made you this Instagram graphic.
Put an alien on the front.
Joe.
UFO will always be my phone home.
Because I like to live vicariously through the meals you have sometimes, can you share with us what you had for lunch today?
Oh, I just did. Did you not hear it?
But did you say all the sides and everything?
I said everything. Do you want me to say it one more time?
Yeah, because I missed that.
I had a lobster bisque.
Oh.
Shrimp cocktail. You ever go to Capitol Grill? You ever have their bread?
I love their bread's like half the reason why I go.
The bread.
Yep.
A prosciutto wrapped in cheese.
Ooh.
I got a Kona rub steak 10-ounce medium. It was phenomenal, and it came with a side of mashed.
I was not surprised you're not a medium rare guy.
Well, it depends on where I go.
Okay.
But this was a Kona rub, so I wanted that.
Yeah.
And then we split a lobster mac and cheese.
That's gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's on my death row.
And then they brought a coconut cream pie, can't tell if it was a cheesecake or a creme brulee, but it was kind of like a mix of both. And then a chocolate cake, which I got sent home with, and I'm gonna not eat that today. Tomorrow will be my leftover day. But yes, Joe, I eat like a king, and then you brought a meatball sub and a chicken parm, and I, for some reason at 9:40 I got hungry, and I ate it, and it was very good. So I am full. I will not be able to move, but we'll get there. So, having said all that, happy birthday, Mom. Cool, got that out there. Mother's Day this weekend. Don't forget, fellas. Not a big. I'm not a big Trump guy. Don't hate me because I'm not political at all. So, I don't have a political bone in my body. So don't at me or get on me, or I don't want to hear your political opinion. I don't care. But what I do care about, when the JFK files opened up, I needed to know. So I like that Trump did that. Trump also released the UFO files today. And let me tell you guys, folks.
I was about to tell you in or out on aliens existing on Earth.
I have always believed that there is no way we can be the only life form in the world.
I'm probably a yes with you on that, but on Earth, I am completely out on that. I would say no way, not a chance in hell. But here we are, unclassifying classified documents.
So the file states that the author of this space vehicle sent to observe activities on Earth and claimed that the U.S. Air Force had deliberately withheld information and given misleading explanations because it fears a mass panic in the public. The book describes UFOs as polished metal objects, radiating heat and light, emitting some force field, and interferes with electromagnetic instruments and power sources. Color range from brilliant white to dull reds and brilliant orange. Some objects have carried blind striking lights. There are 3 basic shapes, guys. Zeppelin-shaped ships up to 300 feet long. disc-shaped objects ranging from a few feet in diameter to 100 feet, with many reported at about 30 feet in diameter. Egg-shaped objects, according to this author, are the ones most recently sighted. They move at fantastic speeds. Many of the persons named in the book that was reported are reliable individuals. A number of photographs of the object have also been reproduced in this book. There was wreckage from a crashed saucer that was recovered in a video now of UFO sightings. And they actually have camera of flying saucers. The astronauts on the Apollo mission, on Apollo 11's return to Earth, they said that they saw a spacecraft on their way home. Buzz Aldrin appeared to be a fairly bright light source that we tentatively has described as a possible laser.
It was a lot better back then. For them to go ahead and do all this with engineering, and now we have more technology. You know, I God bless the 60s. They were ambitious.
The Apollo 17 crew reported seeing unidentified bright sparks that lit up the space on the 4th of July. The Pentagon is releasing videos. They don't know what the hell. Files that were released today are considered a drop in the bucket, guys. What's next? I'm watching right now every single file. Crops in the fields, shiny objects moving really fast in the air. Don't give me all the nuclear stuff about this. I don't want to hear it. I only want to hear about flying saucers and things with tails.
Have you ever observed anything just to the naked eye outside? Any weird shenanigans?
I would probably say no.
Yeah, I would probably say anything that can be. You could probably answer, like, surmise, like what it was.
But I did watch.
I think Joe might though.
Joe, you think? Joe,
you have a story?
No, I don't have a story. I just wanted it to let you know if you wanted me to show what AI reveals that happened today in the alien world. I can give you a brief rundown.
Well, ask then. Yeah, tell me.
All right, so the key highlights from today. So basically records were released. Over 160 files from the Trump administration had been released, including photos, videos through a new Pentagon initiative. Mm-hmm. The records, which are being called UFO files, come from FBI, NASA, and the Pentagon as part of a push for government transparency. Here's a breakdown of what was released. The key highlights: the 8-pointed star, one of the most talked about videos and footage from 2013 showing a glowing star-shaped object weaving through the air. Military sensors tracked it, but officials admit they still weren't able to identify what it was, and it definitely wasn't a star. Apollo mission secrets, documents and transcripts from the Apollo 12 and 17 moon missions were released. They include conversations where astronauts described bright particles and fragments during near their spacecraft, and photos showing unidentified lights and potential bodies or potential objects that looks like bodies that were that they saw. The invisibility incident. A military report from 2023 describes an object making 90-degree turns at high speeds near the ocean before becoming completely invisible.
The ocean? Why the ocean?
By the ocean, yeah.
Why though? Why?
Oh, I don't know. But so they saw an object that was able to make 90-degree turns as like at the speed of light that they saw right in front of their ship.
Joe, I'm good. I'm good now.
Okay.
Thank you. So on the recent Unsolved Mysteries, if you guys have watched it, there's this alien story about a woman and a man who were the same age in the 60s. And they both tell a story about how they were abducted. And they never saw each other. So they pulled both people aside. They didn't know that they just took two random people. One said one story, the other said one story. When they both shared the stories, they both were at the place the same day they were abducted. They didn't know each other. You ever see Fire in the Sky? Movie freaked me out.
I did not. I'm going to have to put that to the...
Freaked me out. But you ever see Signs?
Yes.
Got to hit him with a baseball bat, right?
That water and stuff, yes.
You ever see Signs, Joe? It's with Joaquin and Mel Gibson.
I've never seen it. Should I add it to the list of much watch?
It's not great, but it's worth watching.
Have you seen Super 8 with the Steven Spielberg movie?
No.
It's actually a great movie. It's one of his last movies he did, but it was about an alien coming down to Earth.
So I mentioned that those aliens that in the Unsolved Mysteries was in Western Massachusetts, not near you, Joe, but close enough. But
I don't like that.
Today, our friends over at WCVB TV Channel 5. There was UFO files that contain reports of sightings in Boston.
Some of the Pentagon's newly released UFO files contain sightings from here in Boston. This one is from 1948. It's from a man who was on Beacon Hill. He says he saw 3 plane-like objects flying over the Charles River. He says they made no sound and had no lights. This one is from 1954. It's from 3 TWA pilots who were flying over Boston when they say they saw a disc-like object moving fast in the sky north of the city. When one of the pilot's bosses told him that it was probably a weather balloon, he said, "Sounds like a cover-up." Some of the
1940 and 1950, but the most ever were in the 60s. One over Charles River, water. What's the water deal, Joe?
That scares me a lot. That would scare me a lot. Joe, do you believe in weird coincidences too?
Yes.
I don't know if you are familiar, but there's a famous movie out called Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And it's like gonna win a bunch of awesome. It's just very odd timing that the most quote unquote famous alien movie to come out in recent memory, and it destroyed box office views, is coming out right now as all this is going on. It's just food for thought. It's just it's something to think about.
I'm thinking.
Did you see that movie?
No.
Okay.
I heard of it, though.
Are you going to see it?
Joe, I might go home right now and I don't want to watch that stuff before bed, though.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Alien with Sigourney Weaver?
I've seen Alien, yes. Good movie.
I watched Alien versus Predator, too. What's better, Predator? Is Predator an alien?
I haven't seen those, Alien vs. Predator.
You ever seen Predator, though, with Arnold?
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's...
Is Predator an alien?
No, it has to be an alien. Has to.
But these say 4-foot individuals. We need more. Now, let me just... While I'm at this, do you think that there should be transparency when it comes to this, or do you think it's going to cause more, more panic? Because I kind of like transparency.
I like the transparency, but I like less is more and ignorance is bliss. So,
George, I agree with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep stuff tight to the vest because, and I'm actually an introvert, but I would say that in the social media realm, I would say that 90% of us have a platform that we shouldn't be utilizing. But yeah,
agree with you. All right, well that's it. That's all I got now. I'm done. But I've been reading about this all day long.
This reminded me, Joe, of the when we were telling ghost stories and we felt like we heard a ghost.
And then what happened when Skaz's girl was listening?
Yeah, she's like, you could hear a ghost in the background and you could hear it.
Freaked me out.
I don't like talking about this stuff. I'm out on talking about ghosts or aliens.
Well, now they're UAPs instead of UFOs. Man, there's encounters with the little 4-foot people. 4-foot things. But only a few over Boston. 40s and 50s. Maybe they don't like it.
Boston does kind of seem like if we're the first of everything. We landed here first, Plymouth Rock.
Yeah, but they probably came here and they're like, why, it's too small over here.
Yeah, it's like too boring.
They want to go to like the cornfields.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. That's right.
Or New York City.
No, too small. Got to go big, baby.
So what do you think, like Texas?
Yeah, I'm thinking Nebraska, Indiana.
But what do they want to do here, Joe?
Well, I don't know. Do you?
I don't.
Are they trying to track
maybe
him?
they're exploring us?
Did you ever see Mars Attacks? It's kind of a funny movie. Tim Burton
No,
movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's funny. You'd like that. Was Jack Nicholson the president? I think he was. Oh, the other one is not Signs. What was her name? Jodie Foster.
Contact.
That one is ooh. And then it's what's his name's brother is like the scary looking dude in that. Gary Busey's brother. That long haired dude. Looks like a crazy angel.
Have you ever seen Joe Rogan's theory on aliens?
Joe Rogan has more theories. But he's probably right.
Yeah. His theory is that aliens are actually just us in the future. And so, like, as time is going to go on, everyone's body continues to deteriorate with the more technology that's being invented every year. So we're less reliant on our human body cells. And then we just eventually we don't need to move anymore. And then that's when our body gets weak and shrinks. And then, you start to lose your facial features because your thyroid function goes down. So really, it's a wild concept. And so he's just like, aliens are us in the future, and but they can time travel now.
All right, we got to go to break. Someone in our chat goes, "Are alien believers just considered green teamers?" All right, we got to go to break. You listen to the 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. through the midday, Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
I actually spoke with women today.
On the Sports Hub.
Joe needs somebody on that staff to hold him accountable. I think he's done a solid job, but actually I think we're seeing in the playoffs he is being out-coached, and things got to change.
I mean, the simplest way to look at what Joe has to do, Joe has one job to do, I think, every day this summer, and that's get better. That's his job. Find a way to get better. Whether it's X's and O's, whether it's game planning, whether it's after timeouts, ATOs, and all, whatever it is, find a way to get better, because Joe is slowly but surely establishing the reputation of being a really good regular season coach. Someone who does really good things in the first 82. But when the games matter most, he's not so great. And again, yes, he's won an NBA title, but when you look at his entire, the totality of his postseason as a coach, you take away the championship year and it's not looking good.
Has anybody asked if he's coming back?
Oof. I didn't see enough of the Brad Stevens presser. I know that he was very critical of the team. So it.
Can I give you one thing on it? He has lost staff. He lost Van Gundy. Charles Lee's doing an excellent job with the Hornets. How about Will Hardy with Utah?
Yeah, it'll be interesting if Sam Cassell gets plucked because he seems like the driving engine.
But I only say this. You ready for this name, Street Team Joe? I only say this name because I think he's a great coach. And he's been here before. Tom Thibodeau.
That's the name I whispered in the air. I was very surprised that the Knicks had gotten rid of him. Now, it is a fireable offense to lose to the Pacers, I would say, after defeating the Celtics. But, no, I don't think he was the reason why.
Thibodeau runs the starters into the ground. Don't get me wrong.
But the defensive philosophy.
But the thing is, if they're going to go younger, like let's say they trade Jaylen Brown to get under the tax even more and go younger. Don't you want the younger players to... Don't you want to use more guys? Like, don't you want to use Hugo Gonzalez in those cases?
And to me, it's like a good guy, bad cop, like good cop, bad cop.
He's also
thing.
tough.
Right. You know, you got a player's coach supposedly in Missoula.
And he can just show his ring being in Boston and remind everybody that they beat him a couple of years ago.
Yep.
I don't know what's a big job for Thibodeau, though. Like Boston would be a big job.
I would say so.
I mean, Lakers would be a big job. But do you think there's anyone...
I mentioned Malone. I know he went to UNC, but it's
Denver. No,
it's another big coach that I would say is out there.
Well, Portland might be. I just don't think Thibodeau would be good for. Like I don't know why they go with Silva. He was pretty good. Thiago Silva, Splitter. Sorry.
Yes, I would even be. I wouldn't be opposed to elevating Sam Cassell into the role to replace
me
Missoula.
either. I just. Now you're going with another guy that's been on the bench with Missoula.
I heard the midday show and Felger Maz kind of chiming in on this. I'm against it. From all I hear in the murmurs, it's Cassell that kind of is driving against kind of this philosophy of chucking three. He went through it with Houston and in the 08 Celtics, he was a part of that team as well. I think he would be able to instill, he has that veteran presence of having a long career. But might be able to show some of the players and have them still look up to them and relate to them a little bit more. It does think that he is around for this, and if he's so against the 3-point philosophy of Missoula ball, then why isn't he winning in that regard? So it is a legitimate pushback, but I need to clean house from Missoula. This Missoula ball stuff, it's the quality of 3-pointer. I'm telling you,
we haven't heard. You're right. That what bothered me more than the bad threes and all that.
He doesn't call timeouts.
Not even that, dude. He calls out of timeout plays, and they don't work.
Right, or the challenges. The challenges are snap judgment.
Someone made this comparison, so I can't take credit for it. Is he stubborn to the point where it's like Belichick? Like Belichick will lose his way because he's stubborn?
It's a dangerous question to have it answer and be yes because. He's too young to be this stubborn. Exactly. I want him to be the Spoelstra.
I mean, winning one championship, as we learned, winning one championship and coach of the year means nothing.
Right.
You get fired the next year. How many guys now?
Might be a death sentence, and if he does win it this year, I could say the writing's on the wall.
I don't think they're moving on from Joe, personally. But I wonder if...
You know what's sad? I agree with you. I think the Tatum injury, it's bought them kind of this convenient excuse. 2 years in a row, sadly, because these are fireable offenses. The Knicks series, you have no business losing that. You blow 2 20-point leads. I would have gotten rid of him last year, to be honest. He surprised me this year, which is great. But then in the playoffs, or when once we got Tatum back, we reverted back to that same playing style where we kind of dribble the ball into the ground. We watch each other, not enough movement, ring around the rosy, everybody kind of outside of the paint and around the arc. So he has to be able to rein that in and recognize that. There has to be some special rules where, you have to be able to move the basketball in order to shoot the three-pointer. Yeah, if you've missed 3 or 4 in a row, especially if it's a specific player that's missed several in a row, you got to be able to deviate. So, or if the other team is going on a run now, you got to be able to deviate. So they had the 1-point game in 3 possessions in a row. It was chucking from three-point land, and in that third possession, they had Kata down low. I was screaming to my wife, that dunk would have taken the roof off the building. But, I know Stevens likes dunks, but, I don't believe him when he says that Missoula and everybody wants dunks, though. I think he's sticking up for the coach, which, to your point, he might be retained. But I think it's because of the Tatum excuse. Both times, you didn't have the big dog with you. And sadly, I think that's what's going to keep – it's going to be the sticking point to keep him here.
All right, I don't mean to go off track here, but I've been getting messages from people regarding the UFO stuff. What's more real, UFOs or ghosts?
We can get into that on the other side.
No. I just want you all to think about it. I think ghosts.
Yeah, I'm more of a ghost guy.
I've watched enough of Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures.
Paranormal Activity.
I love that. Oh, I didn't like that movie though.
No.
But you guys are on TikTok, right?
I'm not.
All right, George, you got to get on there. But
yes.
Joe, don't do it. But if you type in paranormal, the stuff that you'll see from people's Ring cameras and stuff like that will blow your mind. So don't do it. It will just be all in your
scared, crapless.
Well, the other day I was trying to learn I don't know why, but I was thinking about It's Gonna Be May, and I was thinking about the NSYNC song, and remember the dance, every little thing I do,
choreography back then,
never is enough for you, exactly. And I was thinking of the dance, and now my timeline is people doing the every little thing I do. Never is enough for you.
Now, unless you outwardly exclaimed these devices are listening to us. They're programmed this way, unfortunately. No privacy.
And then the New Kids on the Block, I had all the moves.
That's what we used to do, Joe. I tell you. Yeah. Learn all the dances from the videos.
All right. We got to go to break. Final break of the night. Oh, you know what? Let's talk to Steven Medford. He's been holding. Steve, what's up, bud?
All right, Joe, let's start with happy birthday to your mom.
Shout out, Mom.
But back to the best steak and cheese around.
Yeah.
The best steak and cheese is from Market Basket. No question about it. $6.99 gets you the deal. But thank God, in 1965, we found out UAPs are flown by midget wrestlers, and they came from the ocean. Fire Joe Missoula.
Little people. Joe, you support the Market Basket sub?
Joe, I've been on this Market Basket steak and cheese for a while now. I never said it was the best steak and cheese. Don't get me wrong. But for its value,
$6.99.
Yeah, you cannot beat. You will not get a better price.
My only issue is they turn their back to you and forget about you.
Yeah, they do.
You can multitask.
Yeah, it's not the quickest operation there. It's not the quickest operation. They will forget about you. But you could take a number, order, and you can come back.
I tried to call once. They don't answer.
No.
But I do love Market.
And they're like large cheese pizzas.
So good. It's my favorite supermarket. Although I did love Roach Brothers in West Roxbury.
We have a Roach Brothers in Westboro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, I knew Pat and Buddy Roach growing up.
Oh, you did?
They were big supporters of mine.
Roach Brothers is stuck around.
I used to play ball at the Roach Center.
Nice. Yeah, I like the Roach Brothers.
Yeah.
They got a good prepared food section.
Yeah, the OGs in West Roxbury, and then a couple others in Westwood. But yeah, they're Aussie cats.
Yeah.
They've been to Pleasant Cafe.
Oh, we still got to go to Pleasant
I know,
Cafe.
Joe, we have a lot to do. We have to leave. Well, we have to take a break, and then we're going to leave. Final headline of the night here. And there was a bobblehead that was being sent out tonight that I really, really, really want to talk about. Do you know what I'm talking about, George?
I was not catching.
All right, I'll
TV.
tell you off the break as we get our final headline of the night here on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. call them the Joe Murray Pre-Party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, final segment here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Yeah. Is this all eyes on me? Yeah.
Only God can judge me.
Only God. Oh, God. Only God can judge me. Only God. Speaking of Tupac, it was Tupac bobblehead night in Baltimore tonight. You should have seen this lines. The best bobblehead I've seen in a while is Ice Cube coming out in the car, his 6'4" Impala. I think that one is great. But people going crazy over a Tupac one, I just find funny. But I did see this collector's item. I love to collect cards and things of that degree. But Tupac's ticket to the Mike Tyson fight on the night he was killed sold at a golden auction for $24,500. If it went up for auction today, it would be worth over $150,000. I'm looking at it right now. 1996 boxing, September 7th, Selden versus Tyson. Tyson won by TKO. It was Tupac Shakur's ticket. It's authenticated, and this is why you need to keep your tickets, everybody. Everything's all automated now or whatever.
Sucks.
Electronic, but it even says Don King Productions.
Took Tyson's money.
So
yeah, that Selden fight, yeah, it's the one where he got knocked out and got back up and blinking like crazy.
And then, obviously, Tupac died that night. And there's a lot of controversy of who did it. Because, well, I think we know now. But it's not confirmed like aliens. Not a lot of transparency there. So, guys, Friday night, I'm done. The week is over. Street Team Joe, thank you so much, sir. What was the name of that sub shop again? One more time.
Napoli's. Shrewsbury, I believe it's in Shrewsbury.
All right.
Top meatball sub, top chicken parm.
George Sepulveda.
George with a J.
George with a J, the man, the myth, the legend, the people's champ. And as we go, as we send everybody home with Dear Mama, Mother's Day is this weekend, guys. Celebrate with your mom. Reminisce about your mom. Happy birthday to my mom, 70 years old. It's time to go home, everybody. It's been an excellent week. Time to refresh and come back next week. So again, do you want to send us off, Joe?
I thought you never asked. All right. Well, thank you, Joe, for having me in. I always love coming in with hanging out with you guys and George, the people's champ.
And George, happy Mother's Day to your wife and your mom, Joe.
Absolutely.
And everybody.
Yeah, everyone.
Loves everybody.
Prayers up for everyone's family.
Send us home, Joe.
All right. For Street Team Joe Ariano, for George, the people's champ Sepulveda, and our host, Joe Murray, you're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.